You know that's
Hello,
you know that's the case. Hello.
Hi.
Get down.
Let me. Yeah, we're gonna turn off the loud Guilty Gear music in the background really quickly.
Wait, that's gonna be the.
Why did you Scooby-Doo laugh?
Really?
Like they're like unarmed civilians, man.
Really?
Brilliant.
For the real ones, really quickly.
For the real ones.
We talked about this.
Hi.
We did talk about this in plans, but yes, we will be resuming Golden Theater activities on Fridays and Saturdays once 13 Sentinels is finished. So look forward to that.
Fridays and Saturdays.
Fridays and Sundays. Sundays. we got movie days on Saturdays.
I can't do
say I won't be available during this Saturday or next Saturday.
No, how dare you? That's homophobic.
This
I'm on Pride Month.
How can you do this to me on Pride Month?
I am bi-pansexual.
Question marks.
And homophobic.
Oh, here, did I turn off the fucking music? Hold on.
Listen, I'm only homophobic if it's a lesbian.
Ooh.
Joking.
I'm sorry.
Lesbian phobic.
Oh. I didn't know we were playing fucking Under Night in Birth. All right.
No, I will say on a
Yeah.
serious note, I'll be temporarily vanishing on June 10th. The places I will not disclose on stream.
Yo, let's go K6, yeah!
I mean, Saturday I'm actually headed to a convention, so...
The 23rd and the weekend of, I will probably be MIA.
I gotcha. Okay. Please select your character.
What is that option that was like play voices to the end?
I think that means like it makes it so that I think you know like how certain games don't stop audio after you've clicked off of the dialogue already. I think that's what it means.
Interesting.
Well, regardless, that doesn't matter to us because we're I hope that means literally nothing. Oh, hold on.
Okay, it sounds like it does.
Wait,
why is this one? Why does this one let you go all the way down?
So you can deactivate the washing mansion.
Okay.
Well, here's to hoping this is...
Fuck?
Man, these fucking visuals. I swear to God, your kill was like this too.
Oh, it's because you're not saving the...
No, like, it saves. It saves every time.
Well, we're off to a very mid-start.
I mean, that is the thing. This has gotten like 7 out of 10s across the board.
Oh no, it is a bit.
Well,
I mean, like, okay. Oh, hold on. I have somebody who's playing this on the timeline. I've heard good things.
Okay.
I will say,
I mean,
a 7 out of 10 is like 2 points above average. We're just used to the stupid fucking American grading system.
Very true.
well, I'm gonna need
the
this.
same one that gave this one a 7 out of 10.
It's a rainy day in June, with clouds covering the entire nation. The live broadcast of a new gaming release is suddenly disrupted. Handman.
Ah, the Aeon of Elation.
Shigaraki.
Doubt?
Oh, thank God, there's no audio. There's no music. I mean, there's no people talking. I mean, all right. Who wants to be Mysterious Foxhead?
We don't know which one is talking, actually.
I think I already have characters.
You already do have.
I mean,
we all have characters.
We all have characters.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
God,
go for it.
no crust.
Me.
No,
Yeah, Monokuma.
no
Pardon
Monokuma.
me, but I'm conducting a quick survey. On one side, a recent grad. On the other, a durable shut-in. Who do you despise more?
Oh.
Oh,
making-
just have to get right off the fucking bat.
That's a great question.
We didn't want to kill.
The virgin fox or the Chad rabbit?
I'm like, I'm both of these things. Well, no, I haven't. I graduated like 2 years ago.
I literally just graduated. I'm literally both of these things right now, kind of.
Wait, no.
I am the
Wrong
second.
move. Whoever you pick dies.
I mean, like,
Either way, they're both fucked.
the grad on the left.
Damn.
I don't know.
Thank you for your response. Now, without any further ado, this loathsome grad shall disappear before your very eyes.
I'm gonna say it'd be really, really funny if AC does this voice and then he ends up being like the antagonist by the end of this. By
That'd be
pure
funny.
coincidence.
That'd be funny as hell.
The individual is hereby condemned to the fate of a quarter doll.
What does that mean?
Ooh. Holy
yo.
shit!
Like drawn and quartered.
Mhm.
Oh!
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of like. Wait, is the dude talking?
Probably-
Entertainment! Hello, dear consumers, and adieu to the consumed. How did it feel, dismembering the reviled with a simple press of a button? Quite good, no? Downright refreshing, even.
Not
Good lord.
particularly.
It's the best to eliminate those who don't share your values. Majority rules, after all. Whatever bloke thought that up was truly a sadistic genius.
Oh god, he's British.
The opposition may be trampled, but there exists no better system. The path to
God, it's a no
peace
fun.
must be painted by the blood of the minority. God. Who was behind this policy?
Sure is a way to say
The
it.
eminent among the many give less thought to the few than they would an ant. I must hand it to them. It is simply ruthless. Oh, don't look at me like that. It was a joke, a joke. I wouldn't want to get cancelled on social media over this.
Oh no.
Oh, goodness.
During Pride Month?
Ah, goodness, this won't do. No. I've neglected to introduce myself. So sorry. I am His Grace. Or is it Your Grace? Let's just say Your Grace. According, Duke, an entertainer come to bring.
Whoa.
Such a show cannot exist without diversity. Well, we
Whoa,
have
what are you
viewers
doing?
and today. If I don't add a question from home, Your Grace, to all of our viewers at home.
Wow.
Oh wait, there we go. Okay, we can rewatch it. All right.
We sure
The
can.
Duke. From now on, every soul in this nation will be provided with entertainment. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Every soul in this nation will be provided with entertainment to stir the mind. So please indulge until fuck.
Why do you?
Indulge.
Until you're full of to bursting, I say.
Indulge until you're full to bursting.
Ugh.
Should you object to Your Grace's choice of recreation, you're invited to try and reveal his true nature. Such as a show can't exist without diversity, you see, where this is a clash between tragic, savage carnage and the comical, cultural stylings of justice. Oh, we have about 5,000 viewers. Then, for tonight's final act, the question, Your Grace to all of our viewers at home.
Oh boy.
Stop zooming in.
The individual within the animal suit became a shut-in after experiencing vicious bullying at school. No love for his mother, who raised him alone. Every day he would hit and yell at her. Before long, she fell ill and died without his noticing. This individual was saved by your first impression. With that, I ask, do you still like him? Should over half the viewers say so, I'll release him.
Oh god.
I like him. I can't remember. For why?
If you say you hate him, you'll be killing someone else involved with this.
Maybe if you say you like him too,
Who
though.
wants?
I mean,
TikTok.
Nick. I don't like Justin's hesitation, bro.
Hmm. It seems that not even 500
I don't think
people
there was any
liked
decision in the
him.
matter.
Yeah.
Don't you love video game choices? A shame. Nothing short of a tragedy, truly. The sorrow is too much to bear. However, the quartering duke. Wait, fuck,
Oh, that's
The
narration.
quartering duke snaps his fingers.
that is what makes this the very finest entertainment.
Ow!
Alas, it will soon be time to part ways. As for myself, your duke, that is, I am the enemy of those who mindlessly consume, and a friend to those consumed. Thus, I take my leave. You enjoy the show.
This is just fucking the Riddler from the Batman.
No,
kinda.
no.
The video cuts off at 4 minutes and 52 seconds. As a hacked broadcast, those who ran the website were powerless to stop it. The video, just shy of 5 minutes, is shared across the net, mostly among the youth. But things don't end with that. Not just the broadcasted victims, but others killed in the same manner are soon discovered. The common thread, at least 2 victims are always found at once, with their lock screen set to the symbol of the quartering duke. The police pour all of their resources into investigating this case, but turn up nothing. Pair by pair, more and more bodies surface, until half a year later, over 100 have been killed since their first broadcast.
God damn, y'all are shitty at your job.
Yeesh.
Broadcasting the incompetence of the police. Very accurate game, thank you. The sheer number of victims and brutality of the murders filling society into chaos. The quartering duke? Entertainer. What he's doing is basically a snuff show. I gripped my phone tight as I read articles about the murders, speaking aloud despite myself. I've seen the effects of this duke all around me. People are terrified to go outside, and stores have even shortened their hours. What's worse, he's gained some traction among young copycats taken by his charisma.
Nick.
Oh, goodness. Just like Paul Dano in the Batman!
No, no,
Paul Dano?
no.
I didn't
Riddler.
watch the Batman.
Did he know?
With the police overwhelmed, small private agency like mine are in huge demand. Apparently even the FBI is getting involved. Past events have already stoked the need for this line of work, but the Duke has only made things worse. The media jeers, the detective craze. Mr. Gunjoji says the ideal society is a peaceful one where detectives are starved for work. He may be right about that. As I lay in wait for my mark, I recall my mentor's words inside of myself. I work for the Gunjoji Detective Agency. It's probably one of the punier agencies around, though nowadays. We're buzzing with activity. I'm a student working part-time, but they plan to recruit me once I've graduated. The situation must be getting pretty serious nationwide. An ideal society has no use for detectives, huh? The thought alone makes me a bit miserable. Is this the reality faced by all aspiring detectives? Okay, that's enough of that. My worries run wild when I'm on my own. It's a bad habit, but I've got to focus on work. There he is. My mark is on the move. After a moment's pause, the man clad in trench coat starts off down the road again. I make sure I'm out of earshot before calling him my report, just as my mentor had instructed. Watto here. The target's on the move. He's headed right where you're predicted, Mr. Gunjoji. I'll stay on the lookout for any traps as I continue tailing him. Quieting my steps, I follow the man cautiously. He's our top suspect in the serial pet killer case, and according to Mr. Gunjoji, he may be armed. Whatever I do, I absolutely cannot allow my presence to be detected.
Immediately detected.
This one's AC.
Can I help you?
What? Suddenly, the man is right in front of me, and I reflexively take a step back. Did he notice me following him? Despite the cover of darkness and my voice being out of earshot. What? Oh, no, I'm all good. I'm, actually running late for cram school, so gotta go! As I try to move past him, the man blocks my path.
I doubt you'll make it in time if you keep matching my pace and stopping every time I do. Your impression gives away everything, minus 1 point. Not that you should really be that surprised. You would only stop on a completely empty street like this if you were tailing someone. Not or checking if someone's tailing you.
So the very act of pausing here was a trap. Ugh. How can I make such a rookie mistake? It didn't even register with me. I have no one to blame but myself.
You're a fresh face. Who are you? Certainly no detective or policeman, given your noisy, slipshod attempt at shadowing me.
Slipknot.
No, detective! Blood rushes to my face. I poured everything into becoming a detective. His words sting worse than a slap to the face. There's no way I can just let it slide.
Or he's addicted to the Ganon path.
Don't patronize me! I'm Wato Hojo, assistant at the Gunjoji Detective Agency. I'm not gonna get used to saying Gunjoji. We already know you've been snooping around here. Now you have a knife. You're suspected of severe animal abuse. Now come quietly. I'm turning him into the police. I thought the edge of my voice would intimidate him. The man only lets out an exasperated sigh.
Actually, giving out your name, -3 points. This is some TV show, kid. Real detectives never reveal their true identities. I bet you can't get enough of those over-the-top crime dramas, can you?
Ouch.
Much as I hate it, he's read me like a completely open book. The moment a detective reveals himself always seems so cool on television. But he's right. Sharing your identity in this line of work is far too dangerous. Something to keep in mind next time.
And does the detective's assistant plan to arrest me on his own? A grown man you fully believe to be armed.
The man slides his hand into his pocket and readies his stance. He's clearly holding a weapon. This isn't the first time I've gone up against someone armed with a knife, but I can still feel my hair standing on end. My heart slams frantically against my ribcage as I freeze up, willing my trembling legs to remain steady. No. I know I'm not ready for that. So instead I called for backup. I'm gonna buy time until my boss arrives.
You think you can buy yourself time, Mr. Wannabe Detective?
Ouch.
I will. In fact, I have to. One of the pets you killed belonged to a classmate of mine. She's still terrified and traumatized as a result of you prowling about. Being a detective, it's my duty to stop you. Bringing you to justice is the only way to restore the peace in her life. I'll be damned if I let you escape. I tear off my jacket and wrap it around my left wrist to form a makeshift glove, a guard against his knife. In my dominant hand, I grip a pair of handcuffs like brass knuckles. Armed as best I can, I face off with the man. The man just watches me, showing no signs of movement. Good. He's probably never seen anyone use handcuffs for self-defense before.
Idiot.
It's only natural he'd be wary.
Huh.
I learned this trick from Mr. Gunjoji. What's great about it is that it never fails to catch people by surprise the first time. I'm gonna stall this out, even if it's just for a little while. Keeping this face-off going is my top priority.
The Ikusa School of Arrest Techniques. I take it. Quite the rare fighting style picked up, boy.
Huh? I'm struck speechless. What are the odds you know this tactic? I fumbled for an answer, but my mind goes blank.
Paralyzed in the face of an enemy. -5 points. Don't expect odd techniques to phase a man of my age. It would work on a typical criminal, however, and you were quick to adapt when all odds were stacked against you. That's an exemplary quality in a detective. You get 10 points, kid. I can see why the chief endorsed you.
The man suddenly backs down and speaks with a smile. Wait, what? Is this another trap? Glancing my way, he continues.
Don't let your guard down.
Sorry for the misunderstanding, but the culprit you've been looking for is the victim's neighbor. I've already handed him over to the police. No job, no comfort, no direction in life. Taiji just became obsessed with the quartering Duke and decided to follow in his footsteps. You can work up the nerve to hack people apart, but animals give him no trouble at all. Disgusting.
Who are you exactly? Upon hearing my question, the man pulls what looks to be a tablet out of his pocket. The screen shows a familiar symbol, and the words Detective Alliance. The Detective Alliance?! I can't help but yell out the name. The Detective Alliance. The very organization I revere more than anything else.
That's right. I'm part of the Detective Alliance. The only government-recognized detective organization in the country.
The only one?
I'm sure an aspiring detective like yourself has heard of it.
Of course! It's a mysterious coalition of 100 renowned detectives that always sends the perfect match for the job. The Alliance has solved every case it ever had. Each of its members is an alias based on their defining traits.
Oh, I already smell the mid from here.
Looks like you know quite a bit about this mysterious coalition, detective fanboy.
Damn.
Hey, don't judge this too early, Cons. It's fine.
Can't be like, I can tell by the line on his cheek that this is gonna fucking suck.
No, just something is mid doesn't mean that it sucks.
I'm not gonna have the DMC2 fan to call something mid. Anyway.
I'm calling it now, this guy is the villain, because his mustache is supposed to look like Snake Fangs.
My face begins to burn bright red. I had to let my excitement carry me away on a totally nerdy rant. So the Detective Alliance has been the dream I've aspired to ever since I learned about it from Mr. Gunjoji. That D-pad you're holding is a hallmark of none other than the Alliance itself. You're a letter detective, aren't you?
They just call it the D-pad.
Bingo. Call me Senior Detective. Been the Alliance for eons. These days, I mostly scout recruits and provide support. Still, none of the younger generation can out-investigate me, especially with cases as cold as the pet killer one.
As prideful as he sounds, I can tell by his expression that he is speaking purely from well-earned experience. He has an air about him that's unlike anyone I've ever met. The kind that can only come from a member of the Detective Alliance. Blah, 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 blah. As secretive as it is, the Detective Alliance has grown more famous by the day thanks to the recent detective craze. Even now, the news is full of stories about the cases cracked by Detective Alliance members. Then there's all the terrorist plots in the wake of the Quartering Duke incidents that they've thwarted with almost zero leads. The whole reason I joined the detective agency was to carve a path to earning a spot alongside those detectives one day. Looked up to by detectives far and wide. The Detective Alliance is the absolute paragon of for those pursuing justice. I apologize for my rudeness, Senior Detective. Sir, shouting accusations at you when I couldn't have been more clueless.
Don't be. I was egging you on, after all. No need for a sir either, and I feel the alias itself serves as a title of respect.
Though Senior Detective amicably shrugs off my apology, his unshakable calm only makes me warier of where this is going. Then, as if noticing how on edge I look, he continues to speak.
I'll cut to the chase. I'm here to scout you. We plan to meet at our base of operations to discuss how to handle the Quartering Duke incidents, and we want you to attend.
Huh? I respond lamely, unable to fully grasp what he's saying.
I'll say it again. We want you to join our investigation of the Quartering Duke case as a member of the Detective Alliance.
What? The sound I make is so shrill and alien, I scare even myself. I pinch my cheek to make sure this isn't just some dream. Ow! Nope, not a dream. Maybe this is Mr. Gunjoji's idea of a prank? No sign of him anywhere, so probably not. Which means... this isn't a joke, right?
Yo, this is jazzy.
Not at all. We received direct orders from the government to put an end to the Quartering Duke's reign of terror. Our chosen few detectives will convene in HQ to solve this case and take down the most vile homicidal maniac of the century.
My mind goes blank again. But if this is real, then my dream is coming true far sooner than I ever imagined. There's so much I could learn. So many accomplished detectives I could meet. Ideal detectives like the ones I aspire to be. The kind who could have prevented the tragedy that unfolded before my eyes 10 years ago.
I'm sure you have a million questions, but I want to hear what you intend first. Will you join us at the table and help stop the Quartering Duke? Give me your answer, yes or no.
How can I hesitate? I state my intentions loud and clear.
Yes.
I love it when it does this shit, yeah. The moment I try to answer, Senior Detective's arm hooks around my neck and begins to squeeze like a vice. It's so tight I can't breathe. I flail and kick frantically, but all I hit is the air on the ground below my feet. I feel a prick as a slender needle presses the skin of my neck. It feels like liquid ice begins to pump through my veins. My skin turns pale, my limbs go numb, and my strength fades. My vision blurs, and as my legs start to give out, I stare against the man restraining me. And then, the stars have been swept from the night sky. Everything goes black.
Haha, it was a trap.
Wow, it's true that I asked. There was never actually the option to refuse.
True.
You're a loser. You can't say no. Get in.
He literally wasn't.
You
It's so true, though.
You have a duty
But
to
like-
attend. The Detective Elimination Project.
Like he said yes, why'd you have to drug it though?
He didn't even say yes. He opened his mouth.
I haven't felt this way in a long time.
Yo?
My consciousness drags sluggishly, as if I'm trapped in thick mud, helplessly sinking deeper and deeper.
I felt like that last week on Tuesday.
As much as I try to shut it out, the traumatic nightmare pulls me in once again. In my dream, I'm running down a dark, frigid corridor, holding on tight to the hand of a girl my age.
I had a dream like this once too.
Oh.
Is this the ideal? Did your hair go white from trauma?
No, but my face started to grow out of my eyes.
No.
Yeah, she could be the #1 detective. Her hair just went white from big trauma.
Sure, why not? Watto, I can't run anymore. You need to go on without me. You have to escape.
What are you saying, Saika? We're getting out of here together. I made a promise, didn't I?
But my legs. My legs!
My leg.
My leg!
The girl is beautiful, with bewitching black hair, pure white skin, and light purple eyes reminiscent of
Oh
hydrangeas.
shit, yeah it is.
You know it's an anime win.
I remember nothing else about
I
her.
played too many of these, man.
But I'm sure that at the time, she was very precious to me. And then,
Oh shit.
right before my eyes, the blade
Ow!
swings down and slashes her, covering her in a burst of red. Saika? Why? I clutch onto her before she collapses and face the criminal that did this to her. Whoa!
That is menacing.
Whoa!
The
Amari, what
amalgamation.
We're fighting the
The
concept of Target?
The amalgamation.
Oh,
Time to kill consumerism.
Here, give me a second. It's crackling a bit in the background.
this really is a metaphor for capitalism. It just kills
Yeah!
and puts away things you love.
Capitalism
Oh my
will leave you
goodness,
drawn and
that
cornered.
is-
So all you have to do is just fight
Yeah.
against the full embodiment.
I know this is probably
No.
I know this is
Whoa,
probably
whoa.
gonna be wrong, but I was kind of hoping that this game was gonna be investigating the killing game from like the outside.
Now you're getting in it.
But they all get in it though.
Kia! The massive, unmistakably inhuman silhouette emits a strange mechanical whir. Its
Oh, God.
intent is nearly enough to pierce through its flesh as it focuses on me. I prepare to die as no more than a child. But at that moment,
Back the fuck up.
Go, Watto.
the girl in my arms strains to get the words out as her voice begins to fail. I might escape if I leave her now and run. But maybe I can still save her. There's no way I can just abandon her.
You have to live. Become the hero who will save everyone.
No. No! That's all I can remember. My memory cuts out completely, as if the next page has been torn out.
Trauma.
However, since I'm alive, it's obvious what came after. I traded Saika's life to save my own. That was the mass kidnapping and confinement incident I was in a decade ago. The reason I became a detective. A shadowy organization took 16 children and locked them in an underground prison for a month, never to be caught. Zero? Am I supposed to just live with that? Live with the sacrifice that came out of that, like Saika?
Damn.
Let me count something really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Or
9,
there's 14
10,
in Princess
11,
of
12,
Elimination.
13. Yeah, 14.
Okay, they are not the same 16.
Well, we'll
Unless
see.
two
There's
died.
also
Unless two
there's
died.
also the Duke and
We
maybe
have played
someone else.
so many games that have this kind of setup that we can just figure it out
Also-
from here.
But like that one guy is super old
Oh, shit.
though.
Yeah, the ages
hit that forward?
are bigger
Oopsies.
issue than
And
number.
one of them's still a child.
What did you
Mhm.
do?
Okay, he's just talking about how incompetent he is and how he wants to become a great detective. Okay.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
Ugh,
Damn.
I finally come to. Oh, is Nagito gonna wake up next to me?
No, we need Josh here for that.
please.
My eyelids are
Why
so
do you need
heavy.
Josh here?
Just opening them is an undertaking. That was one long dream. It was one that I've had countless times before. Of that fateful day I swore I'd become a detective. The incident remains unsolved to this day. What really happened all those years ago? As a survivor, the fake testimony I provided didn't help much. The case had gone cold for 10 years now. I've got to find the truth. To track down the villain who killed Saika. The girl I owe my life to. That's why I entered this line of work. But that aside, my whole body is aching right now. My mattress feels like a rock and smells like rust. I managed to pry my eyes open, but everything's pitch black. What's more, I can't even move. The limbs are restrained like I've been wrapped in some kind of sleeping bag. Don't tell me I'm trapped in here!
Trauma.
What's going on? Mustering all my strength, I try to worm my way out. Suddenly my vision is flooded by a bright light. Huh? Whatever restrained me slackens as my own momentum forces me upright. The space I met with is... generic JRPG forest background image?
I'm pretty sure I've seen this background before.
Oh my god.
I think I saw this in another VN.
Yeah, it's like it's free use material.
Mm-hmm. A forest? And that sound. Are those ocean waves?
Nice one.
It's one of those ocean forests.
Oh, hey, you're awake.
Lush woodland lies before my eyes. Beneath me is an old rusty locker. Guess what I've been stuffed into just a second ago.
Ah!
Yeah,
It has to be a locker. It has to be in the fucking
locker.
force. It has to be a
Wait, no,
locker.
it's physics. Look,
I love John
leaves.
Youch!
Learn physics. That's just a picture.
My whole body is
Well,
killing
no,
me.
there's particle.
How long was I crammed inside this thing? Who would do this to me? And why? When did I even get here? What the heck's going on? My answer was in confusion as I tried to recall what happened last. That's right! I met that old man, senior detective, and then... The haziness clears as I begin to remember. Suddenly attacked by senior detective and eventually lost consciousness. He claimed to be part of the detective alliance, but maybe that was just a bluff? Wait. If he was lying about being part of the DA, that means the pet killer is still at large! I've got to get back ASAP!
Dude, he already turned him in.
I reached to grab from my smartphone. After a frantic search, I realized that my front pockets had been emptied.
Of course.
As I continued searching my person, I noticed an unfamiliar weight in my back pocket. That's weird. I don't normally keep stuff back there. Suspicious. I carefully plucked the foreign object from my pocket.
How is that not broken?
It's a Monokuma pad. It's a tablet device, like an oversized smartphone, more or less.
So then how the hell did that fit in your back pocket?
I don't know. It's an oversized smartphone.
How
It doesn't.
big are your back pockets supposed to be to fit a tablet back
Look, I
there?
could fit an
He's
entire
like,
phone in
he's-
my pocket. It's like, come on.
Wearing thigh pants, come on.
Yeah, come on now.
Huh?
These
Yeah,
are slabs.
Guy pants are fucking huge.
Are
I
they?
can fit
Yeah,
my entire
absolutely.
Switch into some of my pants pockets.
I'm under the impression that the going marketing concerns are that men have incredibly big pockets and women have 0 to none.
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
yeah. my clothes, honestly.
The moment I see it, though, a chill runs down my spine. No way. What's this?
Look at those fucking eyes!
I lift it up, touching the buttons out of habit. Then a notification appears. Authentication successful. I'm guessing this is the old man. No, wait a second. It says question mark, question mark.
It always does.
Oh. I mean, well, no, he was identified as senior.
Well, maybe it's the other WW and it's the Quartering Duke again.
Maybe it's just the tablet.
Who wants to be tablet until we figure out who this is?
Good morning, Wajo. See, you got your D-pad working, Sure, you were dragged, but
oh no, he's
sakes a lot.
Minus 1 point. It's the old man still.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, right, but
Sakes alive.
Is it sakes alive? What? Not cold for 3 days straight. Minus 1 point.
3 days.
The tablet comes to life. A familiar voice.
It took him 3 days to make that potato salad.
Is he hit with a horse trank?
The senior detective, the agent who brought you here. I met 3 days ago. That are you, I suppose I'd feel like it only just happened.
Wait, I was out for 3 days?
Thank you.
So senior detective's the one reaching out to me. I never recognized his voice from before. Still, his tone is pretty nonchalant for a kidnapper. I can't help but feel irritated.
Well, I'm certain you think I deceived you. You are, in fact, the newest member of the Detective Alliance. If we doubt me, view the detective roster on your D-pad. The electronic device that you know is the trademark of the Alliance. As an official member of the Alliance, your personal information should already be recorded in the database.
Press up to open up your D-pad. I opened up the tablet and looked through them on the roster he mentioned. There I find my profile, beginning with my full legal name.
Are you saying he can press ZR to look down?
Wato Hojo, detective rank 100. Yep, that's me. It even lists details only Mr. Gunjoji would know, like my skills and my work experience. Ouch. My special skill is housework? I'm no great detective, sure, but that's a low blow. I wonder what else is on here.
I take personal offense to that one. It
lists other detectives' ranks and aliases too, not to mention intel and investigation statuses on recent atrocities.
I wish we could see it.
The latest incidents. Hold on a second. What happens if I... Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's a roster in Lexicon.
Oh, very useful.
We gotta unlock everyone.
Lexicon. Okay.
Maybe this is what you unlocked in the main menu?
Oh, keywords.
From the latest incidents all the way to the back before I was born. It's a robust selection. It's a robust selection of key documents about cases infamous to the public.
You insignificant cunt, little fuck.
Ah, fuck it. God damn it. Wait a minute. I have it so it doesn't skip dialogue I haven't heard before. Why the fuck is that on?
Why?
Fuck you, that's why.
What button is fast forward?
Maybe it's a different
left
type.
Bumper.
There's like auto skip and like direct skip. I guess.
Hold on a second. Far too much for one person to read. Frankly, man.
Sure is.
Even at a glance, most of the content seems to be highly technical in nature. This is way too much effort for a prank, meaning the DA really did recruit me? I trust what Senior Detective says? So I've actually been recruited by the Detective Alliance? This isn't a joke, right, Senior Detective, sir?
You're listening to a recording at present. An emergency came up, so I've hidden you in the woods while I go to address you.
Ah, so that's how it is. I assume this was a phone call, but I guess that's not the case. The device's settings must have been configured to play this voice message as soon as it finished authenticating.
When you're ready, open the map on your D-pad. Then, make your way through the woods and head for the manor at the peak. Once there, you should soon meet the others. I promise to head over there myself once I'm able. Just wait for me in front of the manor. And one last thing. Do not, under any circumstances, enter the structure you'll see along the way. Unauthorized entry will result in far worse than subtraction of points. Follow my orders like your very life depends on it.
Which it kinda does.
Senior Detective speaks without pause. The moment he's finished, the sound cuts out abruptly. I stand there in a daze, holding the tablet, my new D-pad in one hand. I lift my head.
Oh, the D is for Duke.
Well, no, it's for Detective. I lift my head and peer through the tree line, making out the shape of a mountain with an imposing manor resting on the summit. Is this the building Senior Detective is referring to? Is this the famous 6-room island?
6-room island.
That means Rokenjima. Rok means 6. I think
There are way more than 6 rooms on that island. That's a fucking terrible name.
Well, I don't fully trust them. My options are limited. Press for choice as I open the map application on my tablet. I'm on the morgue! Oh, what the fuck? Whoa! Huh?
Oh, wow.
Alright. Okay.
Okay.
That's new.
Various graphics appear on screen.
Look at this silver case navigation menu.
What about happens if you press CR?
As of right now, load quick save files. What happens when you press ZR? So
It's CR to load the quick save file.
Stop it.
there. I just made a quick save file. Because I've been taken to a remote island. Morgue is the name of this place? Never heard of it. Could I have been a foreign country or something?
You'd be on death, bro.
What?
Either way, we're getting all
Sounds
gloomy
like
when
the
we sell
rumor.
things. I use my fingers to zoom in on the map, hoping to find more info to go off of. Gorman-Gast!
Yes.
The screen that displays my current location and a few details about the vicinity. Just as Senior Detective said, there seems to be some sort of manor atop the peak, plus another structure near the tree line. With any other clues to guide me, I decided to follow Senior Detective's instructions for now.
Gorman-Gast?
Oh! I need to register my detective alias on here. I don't have any talents, and I'll definitely regret putting something random. Nope. I've got nothing.
Wow.
IDK. The tablet hums quietly as I trek on. Before long, I see a parting in the trees. A massive
it's a
teleport
heliport.
stretches out before me. To its right sits a relatively small 3-story building. Though it blocks my line of sight, I assume that the manor is just ahead on the top of the hill. The structure here must be the one that Senior Detective warned me against entering. It seems like I really trust this guy, so I'm admittedly a bit curious to sneak a peek inside. As soon as the thought crosses my mind, a sudden sense of unease washes over me. On my tablet map, I see numerous circular icons within the building's walls. Not just a handful either. Dozens of icons crowd around like ants swarming for food. Judging by my own marker on the map, I think these icons are all people? But if that's the case, what does this mean? My apprehension refuses to die down.
All it means is there's a bunch of people in that room, jeez.
The sense that... I get the sense that going in there would only end in regret. Which the Senior Detective had warned. I need to decide my next step carefully. I will.
Okay, do you want to be cool guy or do you want to be okay guy?
So, like, yeah, this is...
Yes!
Yeah, orange.
No doubt about it. I gotta check out this building first. It'd be risky to just blindly trust a detective after all. These circular icons are obviously people, which indicate others are already in there. Makes a lot more sense to me with them in here instead of wandering around on my own. Senior Detective must be trying to prevent me from joining up with anyone else. That's gotta be it.
You notice that everything just turned black and white?
Yeah.
Hard-headed ass, about to die.
I speak aloud, desperately trying to calm my frantic heartbeat. With great trepidation, I slowly approach the entrance.
Please calm your heartbeat, it's driving me mad.
A dark shadow is faintly visible from the glass door of the building. Just as I had suspected, there are other people in there. Without a moment of hesitation, I pushed the glass door open and rushed inside. Hello, I'm the new member of the Detective Alliance, and...
Blah!
My voice hitches and my eyes widen like sausages as my train
Are you all
of thought
fucking
comes to a
dead?
grinding halt. All from the shock of seeing the horrific scene that lay before me.
Oh boy.
A large man rests in the open space beyond the entryway, a haphazard pile, blackened and dead, reeking of rotting cheese and fetid garbage.
It's fine, they're all horrendous though, who cares?
Convincing myself that it's fake, I draw closer. Then I lock eyes with one. Its cloudy gaze is a stark reminder of our shared mortality. It's heartbreakingly clear that corpse once belonged to a living being.
They touched the cheese spot.
My stomach lurches, its contents spilling from my mouth. I can't take it. Sinking to my knees, I suck in heavy breaths as my heart hammers so hard it threatens to burst. Senior Detective must have known. Regret fills me for not heeding his warning. I want to run, to break away and leave this place forever. I desperately focus all my energy into every lungful of air I take. My pulse won't slow down, but it keeps growing faster. My chest burns like it's on fire. No matter how hard I try to inhale, my chest only aches more and more, until finally I can no longer breathe. What is happening? I can't... My intestines tell me I've got to go outside, but my limbs are numb from the lack of oxygen. Heavy and useless as if I'm deep underwater. I crawl, inching along like a caterpillar. The exit is too far away. A feeling of doom overwhelms me as my strength ebbs away. I can't breathe. I need air. I can't take any more of this, please. Help me. Desperate, I try to scream, but I can't muster a sound. The pain is agonizing. My thoughts leave my head, despite knowing no one will save me. My mind still cries out. Help! Someone, please, help! I can't breathe. It hurts. I need to get out. I don't want to die. Help! Someone, please! Help me! Help me! Help me, help, help. Something snaps. My vision fails, but at least the pain in my chest is finally gone. Yeah, I figured it was just...
I was gonna say,
Go
Yeah.
in this room to kill you instantly. Oh. What? Oh.
Okay, ooh.
Huh?
Oh, okay. It's one of... Okay.
With a start, I see the heliport switching before me once more.
Cannon?
I take deep breaths, trying to calm myself. The air tastes good somehow. Not sure why, but I feel like I just woke up from a nightmare. Oh, right. I was deciding whether to check. I should check that out that building or head for the manor. This could very well be a
You know, there's
fork in my
something about
path.
that building.
Till I make a rational decision,
I think you should enter the building.
ignore and head to the manor. As I do to do with senior detective, suggested I make my way towards the manor at the peak of the mountain.
Time travel?
Maybe.
Maybe.
999?
How much you want to bet?
999?
How much you want to bet he was experimented on and it gave him reset your save syndrome? My mentor always chided me for being so rash. Maybe I wouldn't have been abducted if I had just waited for him like I was supposed to.
Bruh.
What's more, I get this deep feeling of dread whenever I look at that building to the right of the heliport. For reasons. I should follow Senior Detective's advice, especially considering that he must have a way better grasp of the situation than me. What is this place, really? This island. I make my way up to the mountain, quietly grumbling to myself, when suddenly... Oh. Oh, he remembers it! A chill runs down my spine. I quickly turn to look behind me. The only thing in sight is that building. I get the strange feeling that going there would have had irrevocable consequences for me.
Get it!
Clearly not that irrevocable, because here we are.
I feel like you were meant to go in that building.
Do you want to ignore the big, spooky, mysterious building? Or do you want to just continue like a normal person? But I turn my back and keep going in spite of it. It's like jangling keys in front of your face.
That sounds like Caucasian syndrome to me.
In a video game, yes. In real life, no. I would not go into the mysterious lab building.
No.
I don't think any of us would.
I'd be like, wait, there's other people. They told me not that. Oh, those people are gonna kill me. Yeah, I'm good.
I continue up the twisting mountain path for about 15 minutes, till at last I arrive at the manor door. It was a gentle incline, but I'm still spent. I will really take a... No, didn't mean to do that. I don't know what the fuck is going on. No, don't skip the choice. Okay. Still spent. I barely took a seat, resting my back against the outside wall of the manor. Huh? Huh? Something happened? Okay.
Okay.
It's the exact kind of setting you'd expect in any mystery novel. The manor's exterior speaks to its age and smells faintly of lumber. During my approach, I could only gasp at the structure's imposing beauty. It smells of lumber, despite being almost entirely made of brick. Upon closer inspection, I noticed that its windows are constructed from an unnaturally thick glass, impossible to break or peek through. Then it's not a window.
Yeah, it's just tinted, baby.
It's just glass. I stand up and circle the perimeter, but there don't appear to be any points of entry aside from the front door.
It's just a glass wall. This looks like a Fata Morgana background.
Kinda.
It's a little too animated to be Fata Morgana.
It's a bit too detailed.
It's a reincarnation background.
It's a reincarnation
maybe.
background, yeah.
Put this into Fata Morgana and then run it through a blur filter and you're good. Take the contrast
Basically, yeah.
And if anything, it seems like it was built to house prisoners, not residents. This definitely isn't your average manor. What on earth could be awaiting within?
Certainly not several other detectives.
I can't wait to be locked inside the minute I go in
How
there.
evil are these residents?
I slow down and catch my breath. My hand is damp with sweat as I turn the knob of the manor's only entrance. A loud clank rings out as it swings open with ease. The interior
What a
seems normal
mansion!
enough.
Man, I love 999.
Mm-hmm. True. It's got the stairs and everything. Am I just over
It's Luigi's
things?
mansion.
Yeah, this is every mansion we've ever seen. Let's be real.
True, actually. Yeah.
I ask weekly as I take a step inside. Also, 99's on a cruise ship. It just has a similar entrance hall.
Maybe this is true. It's not too late.
True. I ask weekly as I take a step we're actually on the back of a giant world turtle. As soon as I let go of the knob, the door closes on its own. Not one moment later. Huh? A sharp pain suddenly erupts in my head, causing me to stagger involuntarily. A shell on my feet expands rapidly. My spine tingles as I feel something rush quickly toward me. Not even a moment to have hesitation, I kick out and leap to the side. However...
Jesus.
Whoa!
What the absolute?
Something slams hard against the back of my skull. The impact sends me flying. My vision swims, my mind already fading. I find myself unable to stand, and the world fades to white.
Opening movie? No.
Morse code?
Morse code.
I think
No,
you
that's
just
way too
can...
many
Well, maybe
dashes
actually.
in a row for that to be Morse
True.
code.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna make an educated
I think this is
guess.
gone.
Yeah, I think this is Rowdy.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, this chump ain't waking up. How's about I kick him around a bit?
Huh.
Shy boy.
This
Shy
is
boy?
probably the soft boy. Yeah.
Don't be so violent, Rowdy! I hear voices nearby. That's probably downtown?
Downtown for sure. Yeah.
So that's also
Yeah.
fun.
I tout side with Doleful here. Violence is so not cool. Why don't we just, like, dump a bucket of water on him instead?
Ha! Okay, we got it right.
Fuck. Who?
I'm gonna say that this is probably ideal?
Idea or that other one that Noir is, but I'll take it.
Workaholic, maybe?
Oh shit, whoopsies.
Oh, God damn.
Hold on a second.
Easy on the buttons there, man.
Okay, yeah, so see, I hold, like, normally when we do these, I hold, like, my thing sideways, and my fucking pinky fingers are next to the L button, so it hits it by accident sometimes. I'm not used to this not being good anyways.
That idea is just as extreme downtown. Let's try and consider our options rationally.
This is
Maybe
probably
this is
armor.
Renegade?
I think...
Oh,
Might
no,
be
wait, no, it's
Renegade.
maybe
I'm guessing
Mystic.
it's the...
Maybe Mystic.
It might be Mystic, or it might be
The
it might be
noise?
armor.
Might be Renegade.
Actually,
Well, okay, it's probably armor because they are using the word mayhaps.
yeah, that's my thought.
Maybe, yeah.
Minister.
Perhaps his vital organs are unresponsive. I shall administer a cardiac massage at once.
I got nothing.
No need for that. I think he's waking up.
Thanks,
Sure.
thanks, mysterious 15th detective. Oh,
Maybe those
okay, we
workaholic?
were. Oh, we
forgot
were.
We forgot about the nerdy one.
Okay, we got 2 out of 4. Wait, well, no, wait, downtown's not even in this image. What the
But
Yeah,
not
yeah, I
the-
don't think
mean,
necessarily.
she can still be in there. Like,
She's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
behind you.
yeah.
She's right behind me, isn't she?
I open my eyes, my vision is blurred. The dizzying pain in my head is unbearable. There's a constant ringing in my ears, and my body won't move an inch. A wave of nausea comes over me, but I manage to stop myself from groaning. What happened? I vaguely recall being hit by something the moment I stepped into the manor. At last my vision finally clears up. Who are you people? My eyes refocus, I'm met with several unfamiliar faces, and a sturdy rope binding me. I'm tied up, surrounded by a group of strangers. What in the world is going on?
That's just
Oh
throwing
my god! Oh, I don't like those eyes. Oh, that is not what I was expecting.
She's rowdy, though.
I get that, but wow, that is some heavy outlining. What is this, Twiwi?
A little bit, yeah.
Mhm.
This music is banging, bro. I'm getting
You
hyped.
lousy intruder.
A girl in a sports jacket grabs me by the throat, glowering menacingly. She looks to be in her early teens, but her strength is incredible. I can't get in a peep without being trapped in her iron grip.
You got some stones jumping on us from our home turf. Who you spying for, huh? Huh?
This one is AC. Yep. Inventor
Calm down, rowdy detective.
To hell with that. This.
Jamoke.
What?
Jamoke.
Is that a slur? What the fuck does that mean?
Here, let me investigate really quickly.
Please and thank you, because I don't want to slur or any kind of.
You're an impressive or inept person.
Yeah, it just means I'm incompetent.
Why
Okay.
would these
It's
slur her?
a joke.
This Jamoke might off to some of our own. Plus, he won't even give us an answer. I ain't just gonna let that slide.
I'm gonna assume that this is Noir's dude.
Named workaholic, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, he can't talk if you're actively choking him, now can he?
Huh?
Oh, that's Techie.
Oh,
that's the
Techie.
Techie. Fuck.
Wasn't.
That was Joshy.
Quiet.
No, that wasn't Joshy. That was AC.
Got a
Fuck.
point, Techie Detective. Sorry, intruder. My bad. 100%.
The girl in the sports jacket lets me go, then immediately falls to her knees, touching her head to the floor as she apologizes. It's okay. You don't need to grovel about it. I'm still in the dark here, but I get that you have every reason to suspect me.
That checks out, but it don't make us right. One bad turn deserves another. So come on, hit me.
This trope.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
No way am I gonna do that. Besides, I can't. I'm all tied up. So please stop bowing. I have literally no idea what's happening. Who are all of you? What is this island? What's going on around here? As I ask the so-called rowdy detective my questions, the boy in the wheelchair approaches us.
I take it you aren't here of your own volition? You say you aren't informed on the situation, right?
Yeah. All I know is that senior detective brought me here.
Senior detective?
The boy called Techie Detective cups his chin in thought.
I checked your eyes to verify you were unconscious. We will assume it wasn't a self-induced ruse for now. But Senior Detective bringing you to HQ? That doesn't sit well with me. Where do you fit in with the rest of us? What do you have to do with the Quartering Duke investigation?
Yo, Earth Techie Detective.
Ow! Sorry, I was lost in thought.
Ugh.
Rowdy Detective pokes Techie Detective,
Starts monologuing.
snapping him out of his trance. He dips his head in apology. I'm as confused as ever right now, but I have heard of these two detectives before. Bleh. Does that mean that all of them are?
Anyway, should we let the guy loose? Keep grilling him while he's all tied up, and people are gonna think we're into this kind of stuff.
I mean, some of us here are. I'm gonna assume that this is the soft boy.
Soft boy.
Hold on, downtown detective. Oh,
Hey,
I love
wait.
him. Oh, he's so cute.
Huh? What?
Soft boy detective.
Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Sorry. It's just, we should wait a bit longer, I think.
Does he sound like Yoshi?
This boy is a bottom.
I like him.
The trendy girl.
I don't want to go. I'll
causing-
bring it up later.
causing the frail boy to tear up. Nevertheless, he doesn't back down. Our enemy wields a deadly poison that can kill over 20 people. If this is him, he can wipe us all out just by scattering a trace amount of it. Fighting without at least a pat down would be far too dangerous.
Con?
I'm in mic now?
Mhm.
Oh yeah! Guess I got a little antsy there. My bad.
Her mouth's doing the cat thing.
Equals 3.
Ooh woo.
Even though her idea got rejected, the trendy girl called downtown detective. The trendy girl called downtown detective laughs as if nothing happened.
Thanks, Doleful Detective. No wonder you're 14. Mad props.
Number 14? I'm not 14 years old, I think. Nonsense. I'm just paranoid. Still, I don't want any more victims. Like all those people in the research facility. If anything, we need to be overcautious. The somewhat androgynous youth speaks with a voice full of fear.
Yeah.
Victims, like those in the research facility. The comment catches my attention, but now isn't the time to be asking questions. Instead, I hold my tongue and continue to watch in silence. Oh, hey!
Cool dude.
Fear not, Sir Dolphin Detective. Even should not his intentions prove nefarious, I, armored detective, swear to protect you.
I like this guy.
You know, they call him Doleful Detective because that boy is fruity. The armored man rests one hand on the youth he called a doleful detective, and the other on downtown detective. Thanks, Armor. Physical exertion is a lot for me, so I appreciate it. The boy smiles at Armor Detective. Downtown Detective waves off the gauntlet, looking utterly repulsed.
Ugh. Yeah, nah, I'm good. You're like suffocating me. Would you back off, number 32?
Ah, you recall my rank, despite mine being the only one here that is lower than 30. My heart is stirred. I swear on my life to protect you.
Ugh, take a hint. How annoying can you get?
Armor Detective happily strides closer to Downtown Detective. He doesn't seem to notice the look of genuine disgust on her face.
Miles?
This is, Noir.
That is a dad.
He looks kind of like
Edgeworth?
This man is either a single mother or a dad of 3.
Alright, Noir, you're up.
I think Noir, is having...
Moving on, we should touch base with the chief on our D-pads. We're lucky our devices' signals allow us to communicate from the manor to the research facility.
Man looks like a corporate employee joins the conversation. He holds a familiar tablet-like device in his hands. A D-pad. The trademark of the Detective Alliance. My heart beats fast in spite of myself as I grasp the nature of my company.
Thanks, workaholic detective. You're always so quick on your feet.
I'm gonna make a declaration right now. We probably should just call them by their code names and not include detective every single time, because
I have a feeling they're gonna do that like after everyone gets referred to at once, or after an introduction.
I'm just saying that now because if it gets to a certain point, like calling somebody detective is gonna lose all meaning after a while.
That's very fair. You are very right.
I say we still give them until everyone gets their funky little introduction.
Yeah.
Meh. I already said the line though.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I don't like this.
101. Plan, do, check, act. As for our sleeping beauty here, I got in touch with the chief and he is indeed a fellow member of the DA. To be safe, I'd like to confirm with you directly. This is no mistake, right?
Right! No mistake about it. Though I only just got my D-pad. Honestly, I'm completely new to this. Everything clicks into place as I speak with the man referred to as the workaholic detective. I knew it. They really are part of the Alliance, and they aren't just any average members. They're so famous even a nobody like me knows of them. There could only be one possible reason why a group of detectives like this would be gathered here. It was the same thing I had been brought for, to discuss how to handle the quartering Duke. They're all here for that meeting, no doubt.
The only question that remains is why would a new recruit who lacks even a proper alias be here at Detective Alliance HQ? Were you also invited to participate in our discussion regarding how to deal with the quartering Duke?
Yes! Senior Detective explained it to me. Oh, that's right, I have my own D-pad too.
Didn't he just?
So the one in your shirt pocket really was yours. My apologies, I took the liberty of searching you.
What? When?
When you were passed out.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I don't know how, but Workaholic Detective is clearly holding my device. The fact that he could swipe it without my noticing is terrifying.
Dude, you were passed out.
Now then, if you would allow me to borrow your hand for just a moment.
Workaholic Detective grabs my hand to bypass the D-pad fingerprint authentication, navigating to the message application with practiced ease. We'll be checking my invitation to the Quartering Duke meeting, which I had been reading just before I fell unconscious.
I see it's the exact same message as the one I received. It appears you truly will be joining us.
Relief washes through me as at workaholic detectives smile, but it doesn't last for long.
That being said, anyone capable of infiltrating this island would have no trouble faking a simple email.
Workaholic detective smile turns grim. His piercing gaze cuts right through me, blah blah, making my body flare with goosebumps.
Making lousy knockoffs, eh? You're asking for a one-way ticket to hell, pal, courtesy of my fist!
You don't give off that unique presence the rest of us detectives have. Just who are you?
We lack sufficient data for any conclusions. For now, we have no choice but to keep him under surveillance until we can find out more.
Other detectives watch me warily. Their eyes make it abundantly clear that they're on high alert. I completely understand why they suspect my exceptional circumstances, but that doesn't make their looks sting any less. Dwelling on Doleful Detective's unsettling remarks earlier leads me to wonder what happened to the Detective Alliance.
Look, being on edge won't help us at all, so why don't we just, I don't know, bring him along? We still gotta find Old Man Senior, so it's not like we have time to stand around arguing.
Our minds are as one, Lady Downtown Detective. I
Ugh.
fully concur. Let us treat him as a compatriot until more evidence appears.
Our minds are miles apart, weirdo, but whatevs. Call me an airhead, but I'm with Armor on this. I think it'd be chill to take him with.
I don't know what you're talking about. Armor is super fucking cool, despite the fact that he can only see out of one set of his eyes.
Yeah, but
And
he's
even that, only barely.
32.
How do you know he doesn't have two eyes on the side of his face?
That'd be really cool, but
That
also
makes
very...
sense. That's why there's those. That's why.
That's some
that's why
troll
there's
shit,
separate
motherfucker.
slits on that side. It makes sense.
Dude's
Besides-
got the fucking Sele eyes.
Besides, I know my detective stories. Splitting up would be like total suicide.
Let's all meet up at the mall
Serious
shop.
stories, you say?
Let's go to the malt shop. Techie smiles wryly as Rowdy grabs the rope tying me up.
Yeah, downtown's got the right idea.
Rowdy tears my restraints apart as if they're made of paper. I can now move freely, except for my bound hands. But still, what raw physical strength! Hard to believe a girl smaller than me can be so powerful.
Small? Mistrusting each other is exactly what the quartering duke wants, so for now, I'll trust you too.
I wish you'd asked before acting, but at least
Nope, you're
I do
right.
agree with the notion. My search didn't turn up anything suspicious. Yet. Until further notice, you'll be coming with us. Seeing as this is a race against the clock, I'll have to catch you up as we move along.
Thank you! Arigato much!
Ow, my foot!
The detective heads out. The detectives head out, one after another. Now that the mood has lightened up a bit, I can't help but let out a sigh of relief. I've seen plenty of suspects get interrogated in mystery novels and shows, but never did I expect to be the one in the hot seat. Life sure keeps you on your toes.
That reminds me, what should we call you, intruder? You
Life
don't
comes
have a
at you
detective.
fast.
You don't have a detective alias yet, right? This is your chance to pick one.
Orange? Well, my name is... I barely stopped myself from answering that detective with my real name. Keeping your name secret is the first rule of the Detective Alliance. It could be deadly for your identity to get out between cases. That's why, upon joining the DA, members are given a one-word code name based on a defining characteristic of theirs. That code name is known as a detective alias. I've longed to have one of my own ever since Mr. Gunjoji told me about them. My detective alias is, despite my yearning for one, it's hard to think of anything on the spot. I have no experience, skills, or defining characteristics. To be perfectly honest, I couldn't even ask why I was led into the Detective Alliance.
What, is it that hard? You're older than me. Shouldn't you have more life experience? Seriously, dude, I can't even with you.
Sorry, this is really embarrassing.
Well, let's think of one together. What are your skills? Anything you're good at in all the cases you've been in so far?
I'm good at finding cats. They like me.
Ugh.
Downtown Detective gives a deep sigh. My amateur skills fill me with shame.
Alrighty then. How do we call you incompetent detective?
Damn.
What?
Too bad. It's stuck. You're stuck with it. Sorry,
That's
boy.
just cruel. You're not supposed to be
Sorry,
saying I'm
boy.
good for nothing. I mean, that isn't true, but I mean, not that it isn't true, but still.
You had a chance to name yourself a novice detective and you didn't take it.
I
Ellen,
obviously
you're
prefer
my
a
guy.
different name, but before I can object.
Just call yourself Sexy Detective.
Hey everyone! Until we think of something better, this here is incompetent detective, okay? Nice and humble. Fitting for a young gun itching to find his place in the world.
You couldn't just say, like, rookie or novice or.
I see. So as a character of traits, in the same vein as the doleful and workaholic.
Right, you're one of us now, and incompetent.
A name with which we can call upon your aid deepens our bonds. I'm at your service, sir, incompetent.
Oh, the fucking eye slits move!
Armor's got
On
that
the
darkest
nigga
dungeon leopard
Takes
tag.
me back.
This is the same level as naming your character My Butt in any video game.
Incompetent detective rapidly gains the approval of the rest. So rapidly that it's too late to dispute it. Much to my chagrin.
Aw, look at how fast your new nickname caught on. I'm so happy for you, incompetent. Bleh.
It doesn't make me happy at all!
You sure?
To my protest stance, the detective ignores me, flashing a devilish grin. Thus did I become incompetent detective, an official member of the Detective Alliance.
Delightfully devilish.
Seymour, with his crazy explanations.
What are you doing on the windowsill, Seymour?
My man's just looking around.
The senior detective's gonna need an explanation.
A bright red carpet covers the floor, and landscape paintings adorn the walls of the corridor. Detectives explain the situation as we walk down the passageway. The scent of the rose is on display around us, drifting in the air. Ah, the rose garden of this lovely estate that we're in.
This location to which you've been brought is an island that doesn't appear on any map. The DA's used it as a base of operation for years.
Whoa, whoa, we're on a
It has two
fucking...
buildings.
Spider!
It has two buildings, Snarks, a research facility for investigation support and gear development, and Gormangast, a manor for overnight stays.
Like
Nothing goes wrong at the manor.
Like the fucking Half-Life creatures?
Snarks and Gormangast.
So, see, Nazis. Come back to me.
Okay.
Mm.
The original plan was for everyone to discuss the situation in the manor. We were to review dioramas of various quartering Duke cases.
That was the plan? Rowdy suddenly punches the wall beside her, causing others nearby walls to tremble from the impact.
Jesus Christ.
When we got
Punching
here,
holes in the wall.
a bunch of detectives from HQ have been snuffed out by poison. All 22 members of the research facility gone.
All 22 of them? Every hair on my body stands on end at the unthinkable news. Even among history's most infamous mass murders, if you had a death toll of more than 20, killing 22 people at once is beyond all reason.
Man said bet.
These
The
guys don't live
culprit-
in America.
The culprit piled their bodies at the facility's entrance as if they were naught but rubbish. Such savagery is no less than inhuman.
Seeing that heap of corpses would have killed your appetite big time, incompetent. And the poison gas filling the room would have killed you for real.
Yeah, no way.
Oh, so it's poison
I
gas.
kind of figured, yeah. Also, I want to say something.
Fart
Like,
gas.
something that I learned at one point is that, like, if you're covering one of your eyes, the other pupil just becomes gigantic. So, like, that
Yeah.
dude's pupils are fucking huge.
That's not true though.
What? No, it happens. You can do it right now.
That's not what happens though. Your pupils become your pupils become bigger and larger depending on how much light there is.
Well, yeah, but there's actively less light if you close one eye.
Or you
That's
have,
not true.
Or you have
It's per
half of
it's
the
per eye
number-
basis. If you have if what no, it's per eye basis. It's not like That's not how it works.
If you
we're missing
cover
something
one of
here.
your eyes, it makes the other one a little. It makes the pupil a bit larger.
I don't think it does.
Did you know that wombats
I've
poop in
physically
squares?
done this before.
Yeah, and how
I have
did
no
you happen
stake
to look
in
into a
this
mirror?
race.
Did you happen to look into a mirror that had like a light next to it that shined on your eye?
If you're shining a light on
Yes.
your eye, of course it's gonna get smaller.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
it's usually.
If you look away from light, it will get bigger. I don't know. Maybe it's not what I am aware of.
Why don't you take a picture? But we've been taking pictures. It needs to be not just any pictures. I need pictures of Spider-Man, and I need them now.
Okay.
Lucky you didn't go in there, huh?
Yeah, great. A heap of corpses. Just imagining it makes me feel faint. That's not even taking the deadly gas into account.
Fart gas.
Maybe Senior Detective knew about the gruesome scene, so he sent me straight to the manor instead. That also explains why he hid me in the forest and went off on his own. Need to find him soon and thank him for keeping me safe.
Mhm.
There's another quartering Duke attack, right?
Well, we're not sure yet. For how many deaths there were, the clues are awfully scarce.
Noel.
Quartering Duke cases always result in 2 concurrent victims. This crime would appear to have a different modus operandi.
I mean, it's 22 deaths, so by all technical standards, not really.
Ha! The quartering Duke did him in, no doubt. If I catch that bastard skulking around the island, I'ma clean his clock.
There hasn't been a single wall fixture in this entire facility. It said that the Quartering Duke has killed over 100 people, but even that was over the course of half a year. On the other hand, murdering 22 people at once, all of them first-rate detectives, no less, could hardly be the work of an amateur. I get the impression that he commits grisly deeds for the thrill of it, but otherwise his identity is a complete mystery. For the hell of it, just for the smell of it.
Easy.
We began our investigation at the research facility, but then the chief's D-pad received the message from a surviving Alliance member.
Tacky Detective draws out his own D-pad and plays an audio file.
There's a senior detective. Someone attacked research facility. All dead. Hiding in Gorman Ghost. Chief, meet there. Help!
Oh wait, whoopsies, I didn't read that last
The
line.
recording ends there.
Thank you. According to the sound, although the sound was low and full of static, even I could grasp what it signified.
That's senior detective's voice, isn't it?
That's
He's
his
alive
voice.
then.
That's orange.
is.
That's
That's
orange.
Senior
Holy
Detective's
shit.
voice, isn't it? He's alive then. Thank goodness.
Yes, I'm certain that's him. Making it through this situation unscathed, it's no wonder he's a legend among detectives.
Is he really that incredible? You know the Dayless Night incident? It still shows up on the news. Not only did he solve it, he's also the founding member of the DA. He's also a founding member of the DA. The Dayless Night incident? Even school textbooks talk about that case. And you're saying he cracked it?
What's the Dayless Night incident?
Good news!
Take a
We can
look
learn about that
in
right
the lexicon.
now! The popular name for a series of incidents caused by the Morning Star of Dawn Society, which at the time commanded public support and even exercised influence in the political sphere. Sect founder Junichi Nanase, who went by the name Lucifer, targeted opponents by kidnapping, confining, torturing, and brainwashing them. Also believed to have carried out a number of cruel human experiments, though the building where this is purported to have taken place has since collapsed in the disaster. Lucifer utilized TV stations and internet broadcasts to steal the hearts of viewers with his witty comments and charismatic mannerisms, steadily growing his hordes of believers. 13 years ago, Lucifer attempted to take advantage of the chaos after a major earthquake by plotting to release poison gas, resulting in his capture by the world's premier detective.
Gas.
Vidok
Is this the Shum Rikio?
received global recognition for this accomplishment, eventually leading to the establishment of the DA. Though 13 years have passed since he was apprehended, Lucifer's followers have continued committing crimes in his name. unabated. The true irony is that by solving this case, the doc triggered an exponential increase in domestic crime, thereby fueling the ongoing detective craze.
The crime power?
I'm still saying that reminds me of the Om Shinrikyo.
I was a kid then, so I don't remember much.
Not anyone? No one? Damn.
But it was the worst terror attack in national history, sparked by a new religious movement.
Boom.
From that event onward, criminal atrocities swept the nation, which is part of why the Detective Alliance was formed. Solving a case of that magnitude would absolutely qualify him as a legend. Originally, we'd split up from the other detectives and head to the manor to reconvene with Senior.
Soothly, it must be a villain most foul for even Sir Senior to be forced into hiding. We must hasten to his aid forthwith.
Huh? You mean there are other detectives here besides you guys?
For sure. There's, what, 6 more investigating the research facility? It's like a Detective Bogo saying there. LMAO.
I don't quite get what she means by LMAO, but I guess there's a lot of detectives. I'm still reeling from the heinous murders we have yet to unravel, but at least now there's a glimmer of hope.
I believe we searched every room, but there's no sign of Senior.
Maybe the culprit arrived here before we did. Senior would have realized that and escaped. If the message was intercepted, the culprit could have easily gotten ahead of us.
Oh yeah, I can see that happening. It took us, what, 10 minutes to get here?
But there's only one path from the facilities to here. It's surrounded by sheer cliffs. No one could escape without us noticing. Actives process the situation with impressive speed. I'm barely keeping up as I struggle to understand what it all means. Downtown's casual chit-chat is about the only thing that makes any sense to me.
This room doesn't get wireless internet either? Why bother having a phone then? Ugh, this is such a major bummer.
Oh, so you get to keep your phone. I see how it is.
Even if there were a router here, I doubt it would do you any good.
Huh? Oh yeah. Why? 'Cause the island's off the grid?
Not exactly. I tried connecting to a wired network in the research facility, but I couldn't get it to work at all.
Must be jammed.
I made another attempt here at the manor a moment ago, but that failed too. The island's communication antenna must be down.
But our D-pads can still link them to each other, right? What's the diff between that and our smartphones?
Well, the D-pads have a unique communication system. As part of the R&D team, I must say it's truly amazing tech. Basically, it works by...
Oh my god, he's so cute. Okay, we got it. So I can't even, like, chat with my followers while I'm here? Ugh, could this be any lamer?
I prefer to see this as an opportunity. An opportunity for us fellow detectives to deepen the bonds of our
Camaraderie.
I know, yeah, camaraderie.
Guess I can. Ugh, that scent. You gotta be kidding me!
Rowdy starts crawling on all fours like a dog right in front of the entrance of the room. She presses her face to the carpet with a sharp expression on her face. What's wrong, Rowdy?
He called it. Fuck. But like, they just said she crawled around on the floor like a dog, and main character goes, "What's up, Rowdy?"
Bruh, call
That's
me
like a dog's
Daryl.
name.
Mm-hmm.
Blood. I can smell it.
Huh? Sounds fills the room. It was all turn to look at Rowdy.
Nearly missed it thanks to the rosy smell and red carpet, but the floor's got blood on it, see? From the entrance to them flowers.
Le gasp! Rowdy approaches an empty vase and sticks her hand in it, pulling out a bloody knife. That seems really dangerous in hindsight.
Bingo! Don't know which poor mug's sauce this is, but I'll tell you one thing, some goon was on the loose in here.
Don't you hate it when there's goons on the loose?
I'm more happy that she called the blood sauce.
How did you even notice that smell? The blood is already dry.
Been hunting with my old man since I was little. Got the nose of a bloodhound, eyes of a hawk, ears of a rabbit, and a raw macho spirit.
I'm not so convinced that helping on hunting trips would give you those kinds of abilities, but it's astonishing nonetheless.
You gone hunting?
Noir?
Noir.
Rowdy, that knife wasn't used here, was it?
Yep, nothing in this room but traces and stains. Guess they only came by to hide the knife. I can track the scent. Hall's chock full of roses. It ain't gonna be easy with them smelling up the place.
I figured as much, but that said... Techie, might you have an alternative method?
Of course, I go by this alias for a reason after all.
Look at him when he's so happy
I've crafted
describing
this
Tech.
thingamabob for us to use. Techie proudly pulls out a cute little machine that resembles a puppy from his own pocket.
Do we get to see it?
Aww.
That's not cute!
This is my tracking forensic
This is going to.
Sniffy
this is going-
Whiffy.
Sniffy
This is going to be
Whiffy!
It's
Shut
going to be
up.
sucking out the brain of a person in like 10
It
hours.
looks like it came from chopping mall.
It's gonna be like crawling on a guy's shoulder and being like, found you.
Kuchiyomiro.
Yeah.
Sniffy
Yeah.
Whippy has no weakness.
Sniffy Whiffy has
No weakness. Yeah. The Alliance helped me develop him. He could tirelessly trace down any scent he registers, and his primary directive is to save lives. Furthermore, he has small rubber treads to cover tricky terrain without disturbing the scene, and can move up to 15 kilometers per hour.
And if you look at him, he turns into a bomb.
He's also equipped with a transmitter so you can monitor him from a D-pad. Plus, he uses the same lithium-ion batteries at the international spot.
Yes, that's all very impressive. We'd love to hear more about it later, but for now, why don't we start tracking?
Let the little
he's
boy
happy.
hyperfixate. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, I got a little carried away when I talk about my inventions.
Talk about your inventions more, you little cutie.
Techie Detective snaps back to reality, hanging his head in shame.
Hi, Kitan Vale.
Hi, Kitten Vale. It's Papa.
Hello, kid. Hello, Kate and Vale.
Always nice to have you.
Hey,
No one
hey!
has to waste any time. Use this tool.
He's not a tool. This is my friend. Don't just treat him like some piece of equipment.
Oh,
Oh, look, he's got the little,
Oh.
he's got the little upset face. It's great.
Out.
Workaholic Detective bows several times in apology for misspeaking. True to his name, he's the very picture of a harried office worker. Techie may seem calm and collected, but careless remarks about his inventions are a clear sore spot of his. I better watch my words.
So sorry, everyone, for blowing up like that. Let's get the tracking that scent.
Not like the bomb on my drone.
What?
Techie calms down, setting his dog-like tracking machine, Sniffy Whiffy, loose near the bloodstain.
I refuse to call it that.
Sniffy Whiffy scoots across the floor. Just like our real dog, he circles around a couple of times and thumps into the room's door.
He's on the hunt. Let's open the door and see where he goes.
I open the door and Sniffy Whiffy darts out of the room, barreling down the hall towards the stairs. All I can do is pick up roses, but he must have zeroed in on the trail of the blood.
Huh, how about that? My nose wasn't getting jack squat.
Strictly speaking, it's not the scent, but rather the air particles he tracks. That's why he's been thrown off by other smells in the vicinity.
So much for that whole nose of a bloodhound spiel. Can it? My nose is what got us this lead in the first place.
Sniffy Whiffy stops at a painting just before the stairs to the entrance hall.
So Sniffy's halted. Could this be the site of the stabbing?
No tin for brains. I don't see a bloodstain. Do you? Knife must have been used somewhere else, like behind the painting.
Look at this Fata Morgana painting.
But behind it, whatever could you mean? Is there a world within the painting? To think the stuff of children's fairy tales could actually exist.
Oh my
Ba ba
goodness.
ba 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 ba.
Relax, Armor. The answer is clear if you think it through logically.
Ugh.
Workaholic touches the painting as he inspects the frame. He then gently taps the art before pressing his ear against it. Yep, that's art alright.
Aha, no question about it. There's a hollow space behind the painting, which means that if I shift it like this...
Still touching the painting, Workaholic Detective moves his hand. The entire wall around it slips back like a sliding door, revealing a hidden passage.
Oh, hey,
Sniffy
there's the
Whiffy,
passage.
who had been waiting in place, begins moving again, right down to the newly discovered path. Oh, remember everybody, if there's exactly one additional secret passage, this does not abide by the common rules of detective mysteries.
Keeping that in mind.
I mean, wait, this already doesn't. There's 16 detectives, 14 detectives.
Yeah, that's like the whole gimmick is
Yeah.
everyone's a detective.
Yeah,
Also
but
keep that in mind. Design this time to explain through time.
yeah,
I
but
tried.
we already have the
Okay.
secret passage.
How'd you figure that out?
Trade secret. You pick up a lot when you've been on the job as long as I have.
I haven't taken a vacation in 20 years.
Dang, Gramps, you got me rethinking my take on you. No cap. I might even I don't know, kind of sort of respect you now. No cap.
Wait, Rindy, why did your name just change to R dot dot dot?
Huh?
They went to the bathroom.
Oh. I think Rindy was already taken. Oh, Rindy was already taken! No!
Oh, Rindy is Rindy.
True. But in the eyes of Discord now, and their weird, horrible decisions, Rindy is no longer Rindy.
No, Rindy's Rindy on my screen
Oh.
without
Rindy's
the
Rindy on my
numbers.
I'm
screen.
only seeing
Rindy
Rindy
is
listed
Rindy
as
here.
Rindy.
I'm
That's
pretty
weird,
sure
it got-
Rindy cleared it already. She doesn't have numbers.
It got rolled out for me way faster then. That's fucking weird.
I still got the numbers.
I've still got
Let
mine.
me check, actually.
You don't have numbers either, I don't think. You still have numbers on my screen.
BGG's, BGG,
I still have numbers.
Simulation bar.
B has the numbers.
I have numbers.
I have numbers yet.
I think Rindy's the only one without numbers.
That's weird. Anyways.
Wait, is my name going to be permanently AC Denton Disco Pilled?
I wish you
No,
wouldn't
it's gonna be
call me
Niel
that.
Waisu.
No, it's not.
I'm still in my
Or
20s, you know.
Neil.
Mixture
Barely,
of
but it
Neil
still
Breen
counts.
and Tommy Wiseau.
This dude's in his 20s?
Wow.
Barely. So he's
Hey,
on
you'd
the
be
late
shocked
side 20s.
what college does to you.
He's in his late side 20s, bro.
I mean, I'm 28 and I still look like I did about 5 years ago.
You'd be shocked what college does.
You'd be shocked what programming does to you. Workaholic Detective turns red in the face as Downtown Detective slaps him on the behind.
Yo.
That blade was used somewhere up ahead. We know not what may occur. I shall stand in the vanguard.
Wait up, bucko. It's wild enough for two. See, I'm taking the lead too, so keep your eyes peeled.
Rowdy Detective tries to push forward, but is stopped by Doleful Detective. Actually, would you mind guarding the entrance with Techie and Downtown, Rowdy? I think my abilities could come in handy here.
What are
Forget,
your
what was Doleful good at?
Attracting danger to himself.
Oh, yeah.
Armor and Doleful Detective are to spearhead our foray into the secret passage, with me and Workaholic Detective following after. Rowdy and Downtown and Techie Detective remain at the entryway, acting as lookouts in case the tunnel is a trap. As for why I'm being brought along, it's probably because I won't be able to escape in this tunnel. I'm struck by the fact that that Workaholic, the most experienced of the group, has definitely assumed a position behind me. These detectives don't miss a single beat. Alright, Armor and I will lead the way. As he speaks, Doleful and Armor Detective enter the tunnel together. Workaholic and I continue right behind them. Four us descend down a spiral staircase that winds its way underground. Hey, this is just the fucking thing from earlier during the scene underground.
This is super asset reusage.
And I wonder if something bad happened here in the past.
I wonder if we'll find a creepy robot underground too.
Well, I wonder why they got that brand new detective despite not being notable for.
I wonder what this
I
thing
wonder
could
if
possibly
the
lead
target
me to.
monster is gonna show up.
I wonder why all the candles are mysteriously melted in these wall sconces.
At
I
the
mean,
bottom
people
is a
could be
gloomy-
people are into that candle stuff, you know. Don't judge.
Yeah, but why are they melted?
Those,
They're gonna sell you
They're into that
$13
candle
candles.
stuff. That's part of the thing.
are those candles?
At the bottom is a gloomy underground tunnel. We proceed into it, using the light function on our D-pads to guide the way.
I mean, they could be braziers.
The only sounds are our footfalls echoing in the tunnel, as well as Sniffy Whiffy's treads crawling across the floor ahead of us. The air is dusty and reeks of mold, making it hard to breathe. Clearly this place is seldom used. My love of cleanliness aches to ventilate this place. Doleful Detective's eyes narrow as he travels the tunnel. His usual fearful countenance is tense, as if he's trying, as if it's
Yeah,
an entirely
countenance.
different person.
Your countenance is your face.
Hmm.
Impressive, is it not? Doleful's intense concentration, that is.
He's really
He's
good
good
at
at
focusing
thinking.
on something.
I feel like I would have named the robot either like Smellotron 5000 or Dave.
Yeah.
I probably named the
Better
robot
than
something
that
like
food
Kevin.
You're probably naming Sniffy Wiffy.
I
I'd
would
give it a name.
Look at
Y'all
what he's
are
cute.
out here. Y'all don't have the sniff buster out here.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
So you know, I'm gonna get a vacuum. I'm gonna put googly eyes. I'm gonna call it Sniffy Whiffy.
I'm just
when I
gonna,
move
it's like
out.
the Smellotron 5000, the Detectortron, the Detectinator, Dave.
We're called.
Anyway, I wasn't here to answer earlier.
Mhm.
I joined Discord first among the people in this call, which is why I believe I got the name change first. And it did ask me what I want my name to be, and I knew that it was free and available, and I'm the one and only Randy.
That's so
I
weird for
would've-
me. It says you're R.
And not for
Uh-huh.
me. I see Randy.
Wait, is
Not for me either.
what the fuck? I don't know. I don't have like
At least he's
parental
reading.
mode on. I don't think Indy is.
It says Rindy for me too.
Indie is a forbidden term.
It's because.
Sorry, that's my fault.
Listen, Rindy, unless you're an archaeologist who steals shit from ancient temples and runs away from
Wow.
boulders.
We're not anymore,
Indiana
you see?
Jones.
Here, hold on a second. Let me
That's
fucking.
good.
Let me pull up paint really quickly.
I don't get out of this tunnel and into a.
Pulling up paint.
A voice roll. Don't worry. I'll get you. We'll get you soon. You never. You know what? I'll worry about R. Later. Anyways, we're called Detective Whispers to me as if he's reading my mind.
Oy.
Rank number 14, he's solved over 100 cases and survived just as many bloody encounters as us veteran detectives.
Over 100 cases solved? The idea alone leaves me speechless. We can't be that far apart in age, and yet his track record is on a whole other level. What sort of heroic life is this seemingly gentle boy led up until now? Be fucked up. Be fucked up.
What do you mean?
What did Doleful mean when he said his abilities could come in handy here?
You'll see soon enough. He possesses what we in the Alliance would call the makings of a great detective.
Doleful Detective stops in his tracks. Armor, stop!
What happened, Sir Doleful? Your leg is bleeding.
Armor shines his D-pad light on Doleful Detective's leg, revealing a trail of blood beneath his knee. Something reflects in the light just ahead of them. Huh? There's something at your feet! My guess is that it's a trap to ward off intruders. Judging by the texture, must be some kind of wire. He's right. When I get close to the reflection, I see red dripping off an extremely fine wire. It was so razor thin and difficult to see that, were it not for the blood, it would have been nearly imperceptible, even in
Would
direct
armor
light.
not be fine because he's in fucking armor? That's crazy.
Armor could have just walked through that shit.
If anything, if you let Armor go ahead of you, or just walk next to you, he would have probably disarmed it.
If only there was someone here to have protective material on them. Everyone just stands in
This,
I really.
this is the wire. Saw the detective alliance is currently developing.
I
Oh.
see what you did there.
Typo.
Why would the Alliance make something like this?
In case I need to kill someone.
For cutting locks to enter sealed rooms, or as a mean of escape when restrained, word is that they require specialty gloves to handle. Best to avoid touching it, given its intended use. It's so sharp that with enough pressure it could cut straight through human flesh.
It's a good thing I noticed it then. Virgil Detective produces medication and bandages from his pockets and begins applying first aid to Doleful Detective's leg.
So he's the medical one.
I don't know if this is a bad thing to say, but I feel like Doleful does the dramatical murder sleep position.
That's how he be listening to Deftones.
God. Like another band, it's like just like minor joke. Every time it's a meme or a joke about Deftones, it's always Yaoi, always Yaoi. Like almost every time. And it's not even just Yaoi; it's specifically Yaoi from some sort of visual novel.
Okay.
So you know what's going on this too?
But you're lucky to get off this lightly. Anyone else would have been liable to lose a leg in your position.
Are you telling me he's lucky?
Situations
That's
like these
right.
are about the only time my special skill ends up being useful. Special skill? What do you mean by that? For some reason, Doleful Detective struggles to reply. Workaholic steps in to answer on his behalf.
Doleful is a danger magnet with a knack for close calls.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Lucky
Murder
detective!
scenes and even evidence. His innate intuition and powers of insight are what have allowed him to survive such less than fortunate circumstances.
So Nagito.
Literally, he's just like me for real.
So that's how he has the makings of a great detective.
So he's Nagito.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
In stories, detectives are always expected to survive, even when wrapped up in a personal case, and even when their life is on the line.
Damsel Nagito!
And now I'm standing in front of a real-life detective who embodies that very trope. It's not that impressive. In fact, I'd say I just bring misfortune to everyone and everything around me. It's kind of a miserable existence. Doleful's expression flickers as he touches a bandage on his wrist. The countless traces of medical attention covering his body shows just how much suffering he's constantly endured. Still, it's maybe more sensitive to threats than the average person. I can always think when I can always sense when I'm in danger. So just think of me as your shield. I see the resolve within Doleful Detective's eyes as he speaks. He and I may look similar. I might even be the older one. Nothing in me competes with that look. We couldn't be further apart. We also sound kind of similar.
But Doleful, you needn't be so reserved.
Our detective abruptly steps forward. He then swings his arm before bringing it down to chop the wires before us.
Okay, there we go.
Armor detective, the wire can cut steel! Just because you're wearing protective covering doesn't mean...
Fear not. The suit in which I am clad is a product of my family's long-held secrets. Behold, the strongest armor known to man.
His ability is just that fucking picture. It's that gif of like SpongeBob forcing his way through a steel wall. The wire parts with ease. Sure enough, Armored Detective doesn't have a single scratch on him. Both Doleful and Workaholic widen their eyes in incredulity. Mm-hmm.
No matter the trap, mine armor shall prevail. Set your minds at ease and allow me to take the lead.
Ooh.
But putting me in front will minimize the total risk for our team as a whole.
I can't stand idly whilst my companions are hurt. Despite my inadequacies, I hastened out here to be an aegis for each of you.
Yo, I guess
Randy, I love the way you think.
Armor Detective speaks with a calmness that eases Doleful's detective's truest taut expression. Despite the latter's brave front, he might have been nearing his limit. Thank you, Armor. In that case, I'll stay back a bit and keep an eye out. Armor Detective takes the lead as Doleful acts as lookout behind him. Armor, I can see the threat right in front of me. About head high.
Another wire, eh? Understood.
Rindy, I love the way you think.
Human Echo Combat! Without a second thought, Armor Detective swings his hand towards the area. Doleful Detective indicated. Chop, chop, chop. Sometimes Doleful's warning comes too late, and Armor runs into a wire, but even then it never leaves a mark. You'll see through the darkness. Until...
Based on the signal, the tracker is stopped 5 meters ahead. It would seem we've arrived at the scene where the knife was used.
We finally make it to the end of the tunnel with 0 injuries, save for Doleful Detective, of course.
Sorry, dude.
Sniffy Whiffy is parked in front of a steel door, which means the bloody knife we found earlier must have been used behind it.
I hate to ask, Armor, but would you mind taking point?
No need to apologize, Sir Workaholic. My armor exists for the very moments I must forge such paths.
But I don't want to use my head!
And yet, Armor Detective looks tense as he cautiously touches the doorknob. Oh. Goosebumps ripple across my body. Deep down I get the overwhelming urge to scream, "Don't open it!" So my mind somehow knows that what we're about to see is truly horrific. I have an extremely bad feeling about this.
I shall open the door on the count of 3. 1, 2...
The door makes a click as it turns. My heart rate leaps, but I can't bring myself to look away.
3.
A blinding light flashes as the door opens, forcing me to avert my eyes. On top of that, the metallic stench envelops me. The way it sticks to my throat makes me cough. However, none of the other detectives show even a hint of fear as they proceed beyond the door. I hurry to follow them, but at that moment... Yeah! I can't do hyper...
Good job.
I can't do high screams.
Good enough.
The little detective's cries echo out. Oh!
Oh!
Step into the room, the first thing I see is the ground dyed in crimson. The red spreads across the floor, then at first, I mistake it for a crime
That's
pattern.
whose character is already fucking dead in this route from the
I
get-go.
think Old
It's
Man is
crimson.
fucking dead. There's no
He's
way
not
that's
alone, though.
the
There's more.
case.
That looks like a bit of his hair at the top.
So my hateful disbelief, the smell filling the air tells me this is blood. With each breath, a metallic stench fills my lungs, my stomach, my whole body. I'm assailed by an overwhelming urge to vomit. If I lose focus for even a moment, I know it'll wind up spilling my guts out. Upon closer inspection, I notice something floating in the ocean of gore. It's large and reminds me of a caterpillar. 4 other long, thin objects surround it. In a way, they resemble a quartet of lifeboats, all rowing in different directions away from a sinking ship. But in truth, they're human limbs, scattered about across the floor.
Oh, he's been quartered.
Before us is a scene devoid of life. A man whose name I don't know gazes at me, his head half submerged in a sanguine sea. Eyes are just fixed as I stand there in a
Sanguine.
daze. Sanguine, yeah. There's a biting chill as if the temperature has been dropping by quite a few degrees. My hands and legs tremble. I can barely stand. Every ounce of my strength leaves my body, which no longer feels like my own. I muster up all the willpower I can, only to topple over on the spot. What was the bad dream?
Noir.
First crime scene, huh? I know it's hard to take in, but try not to look away.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna make a hard call right the fuck now. Cause you wanna know something? The girl that B is voicing, the white-haired one, who's apparently a psychic, she, like, has clairvoyance, and the MC kinda has a form of clairvoyance. I'm just saying, if that girl has purple hair, or purple eyes, then, like, we know. We already
She
know what the
does.
gimmick is. Yeah, she does? Yeah, we already know what the fucking
more
gimmick
than
is.
positive.
Yeah.
I'm more than positive.
I called it instantly.
Incompetently said volumetric shit compressor.
Without any concern
pardon
to
me.
spare for me, Workaholic walks towards the pool of blood.
Doleful, Armor, head back up and fetch the other 3 detectives. After that, I'd like you to ask the chief to come to the manor.
He sums up the heart of the matter in a low voice.
It's a homicide. Someone has murdered senior detective.
Oh, damn.
Regardless of how detached his remains... Regardless of how detached he remains, while objectively stating facts, it doesn't change the reality we're facing. A middle-aged man's corpse lies dismembered, his limbs strewn across the room we stand in. For the first time in my life, I am confronted with a murder scene. Chapter 1, The Case of the Dismembered Detective.
Aight.
I stand in a corner, my mind completely blank. It's my first time witnessing a murder scene in person. Saika's death is seared in my mind, but this is different. Someone I know lies torn to pieces in this vivid sea of blood. Dead. I'm no great detective, and although I tried to steel myself, coming face to face with a scene like this has me too weak to stand. Even once I regain my footing, my legs still struggle to remain upright. The metallic stench of fresh blood is one I'll never be able to get used to. I breathe through my mouth as much as possible. If I had the choice, I'd sprint out of this room this very second.
The entire placement of this is feeling very off to me. Well, for one, the body and everything is right underneath the text box, so it's very hard to see. Plus, the giant empty space of the room is kind of putting me off. Anyone else?
The detective ignores me as he investigates the corpse with meticulous efficiency. He and the victim must have been well acquainted. His pained look when we found the body suggests that his mental burden is far greater than mine.
Were they fucking on the reg?
Maybe. Maybe we had some old man here. Yet,
I'm only in my 20s.
Yet despite that, he shows no sign of weakness. How much experience solving homicide would it take to become a detective like him? I can't even fathom it, the way I am now. Other detectives who have been summoned by Doleful Detective, unable to hide their shock at the sight.
What's the big idea here? I thought Pops was supposed to have made it. Did he get off while we were rushing over here? That's, like, so sad it's not even funny.
But that doesn't make any sense. We arrived at the manor 20 minutes after Senior Detective's message.
I see.
For someone to chop up a body to this extent, hide the weapon, and escape in that amount of time, it's scientifically impossible.
This level of blood loss would preclude livor mortis, and rigor mortis hasn't even set in yet. It may be stating the obvious since he called us just prior, but the state of coagulation indicates that he was killed less than half a day ago. Let's re-establish the order of events. Senior contacted us at 12:40. We then split into teams and headed to Gormangast from Snarks.
Snarks!
Since we arrived right at 1300, we can safely assume the crime occurred in the 20 minutes it took to travel from the facility to the manor.
Question, teacher, isn't there a chance the criminal would have, booked it before we left Snarks?
Not at all. We headed to Gormangast as soon as Senior contacted us. Had the killer tried to escape, we'd have surely seen them en route. Thus, the killer must have been within the manor when we arrived.
I can hoof it for days, but it'll still take me 10 minutes to run down the hill to the facility. Your theory checks out.
So the key question is this: is the perpetrator still inside? Let's consider the time frame for when they could have made their escape. We found Incompetent in the entrance hall and spoke for a time, then made our way upstairs 15 minutes later, so around 13:15. After that, thanks to Rowdy and Techie, we discovered the hidden passageway at 13:34. You can see the entire entrance hall from the corridor before the hidden passage, so escaping undetected would be a challenge. If the killer was in the manor, their only chance to escape would be the 20 minutes we spend investigating the second floor. Ergo, it is highly probable that they are still, in fact, within the manor.
But wouldn't 20 minutes be more than enough time to slip away?
You could make it outside easily enough, but the real problem comes after the fact. There's only one path from here to Snark's, and no place to hide. The jig would be up if you were seen from a window. It simply isn't realistic.
The trees?
Exactly. I made a point of checking out the windows, but I didn't see anything or anyone suspicious.
Hold on. No one's in the entrance hall right now. Isn't that, kind of sketch? Like, they could totally escape whenever.
Oh, that's perfectly alright. The chief is heading over from Snark's as we speak. If the killer tries to flee now, they're certain to get caught before they make it down the mountain path.
Wait, so who's the chief then?
Oh, the psychic.
Oh. Well, that's good. You're arriving, B. You're on the way.
Oh yeah.
She don't know where she's going.
Detective arriving on the scene.
Shush. Which means the foul slayer does indeed still lurk within these walls.
Alright then. In that case, let's head back up on the double. It's time for a good old-fashioned manor mouse hunt.
Just a moment. There's a more viable method than hiding out in the manor for all this time. We're gonna put duct tape on all the doors.
Workaholic points directly at me, drawing the focus for the other detectives.
Incompetent, if you're the killer, then there's no issue regarding the timing. It would all be entirely feasible.
Huh? 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 My voice cracks as I'm caught completely off guard. Me? The killer? How does that make any sense?
It's simple. All you need to do is hack up Senior, then line the entrance hall faking unconsciousness. Easily done in 20 minutes. If the culprit was unable to escape the manor, we can only assume that said culprit is you.
What are you saying? There's no way I could have chopped somebody apart in 20 minutes. Not to mention all the wires that were set up along the underground passage. How'd I have gotten past those? There was some protest without thinking. Even when Armor and Doleful's help, getting through the passage took 5 minutes. Don't imagine anyone like me, who has no special traits, making it through so quickly.
Well, he'd also have to change clothes, because they'd be coated in blood.
There's the real conundrum. I figure you used some sort of trick. At any rate, I doubt it's necessarily impossible. But that's just a devil's proof.
What do you mean?
Listen closely. Can you hear the voices above us?
He's right. If I strain my ears, I can pick up sounds coming down from the ceiling. Who are they coming from, though? Should be the only people inside the manor right now.
In terms of layout, our current location is directly beneath the entrance hall. I presume that what we're hearing is the chief arriving at the manor. As this basement is likely a hiding spot, there may be extra space between the floorboards so that noise can drift in from above. What about this music?
Now that he mentions it, my own eyes spot gaps in the ceiling where light is filtering through. The workaholic detective said it must be coming from the entrance hall above us.
Regardless, the rooms are vertically adjoined. One could easily reduce the time required to move between them by means of some gimmick. You could say tamper with the floor of the entrance hall, creating a gap wide enough for a person to slip through the basement ceiling.
Workaholic's relentless reasoning leaves me overwhelmed. Even if there is a gap, there's no way someone my size could fit through it. Still, he's right about one thing. The entrance hall and the basement are awfully close together. How can I possibly clear my name now that we know it's impossible to move between them?
Aren't you jumping to some major conclusions here? It's not like you could prove there isn't a hole connecting the ceiling to the entrance. Your whole probatio diabolica theory is just bullying him into a corner. Like, talk about a total mood killer.
Probatio, she literally said devil's proof.
Yeah, that's what it
Probatio
is.
diabolica, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, wow, shit.
Lady Downtown has the right of it. As long as any gimmick remains hidden, your accusation is out of the question.
Nox died.
Perchance my plasma knuckles, capable of winning any bout, could make such a
Plasma
hole.
knuckles?
Bro's got
Still-
plasma knuckles!
A punched out hole wouldn't close back up anyway.
Here's the chief of the Detectives Association, Doranore Noxu.
Okay, so armor detective is clear because if I were armor detective and I were also a murderer, I'd be using plasma fist all the fucking time, and you would know it.
I mean, like, okay, here's the thing. Unless he does some insane bullshit, he can't kill anyone because there'd just be a fucking hole through their stomach, and I'm like, oh gee, I wonder who plasma knuckled this guy in the chest.
Plasma knuckles.
I mean, Rowdy could probably punch a hole in someone.
Also, like
if
who among these people could stop him?
Rowdy.
Rowdy.
If you
Yeah, I guess
like
Rowdy.
concentrated
Rowdy.
blowtorch fire on someone's like point blank, that's gonna mess things up in a way that's gonna look pretty bad.
First things first, is it even possible to dismember an adult male to this extent within 20 minutes?
We have the wires.
Even if the killer themselves was male, they would need an extremely deft-handed amputation to pull off something that's so difficult.
Yeah, cutting
I
through
mean,
that
like,
corner is
here's
kinda
how I would
fucking
dismember
insane.
them. Just put them on a fucking wheelbarrow and just throw them into the wires.
As someone who has experience, it took like an hour.
Oh goodness.
Not like you need to skin him or bleed him out. Any hunter could do it. Hell, it would have been a snap if I was the crook.
So it's safe to assume that you're the culprit then.
I just bit a cortisol. There'd be no time to deal with all that spurting blood anyhow.
Are you dismembering something?
Actually, I'd say there was. Workaholic probably shares my thoughts on that.
Rabies testing.
So you noticed as well, it's true, one could dismember a body in a short span of time if they use those wires we encountered.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you test for rabies?
You have to send off the head.
Oh, you have to send the head in.
As he speaks, Workaholic holds up a blood-drenched wire. Unpleasant as it is, I'm reminded of how easily Dolph the Detective's leg was cut earlier. Even someone used the wire on Senior Detective?
Yes, in fact, it's possible that Senior Detective was already wrapped up in these wires when he got in contact with us. He may have done so under duress, after which the wires were pulled, slicing him into pieces. All that remains then is for the culprit to escape.
I chanced on one of those wires again when I went to go get the others. My foot happened to slip on it since it was still coated in blood.
Based on the amount of blood, it's clearly not the same wire you first encountered. The killer must have anticipated us getting past the wires in the passage and discarded it on the floor there. Or perhaps the killer himself set the traps in order...
The robot-y.
Or perhaps the killer themselves set the traps in order to hide the murder weapon.
There you go.
Discord fucking silenced
Sure
you
did.
for misgendering the unknown culprit.
Either way, we have no other resource but to suspect incompetent for now. Speak up if you have any objections.
I didn't do it! I shout impulse. Regret fills me almost immediately. So the same thing if I was guilty. As anyone in my shoes. I refuse to believe incompetent did it. That's all the more reason for us to find out what really happened.
Mr. Green all over again. Agreed. I don't want to accept that a fellow DA member could do such a thing, but as a detective, pursuing the truth is paramount.
Workaholic fixes me with a steely look. I want to speak up, but don't know what to say. I reach my limits just processing all these theories. There's no room for me to make my own deductions.
Hold up. Ain't the idea of incompetent being the perp a bit too, I don't know, far-fetched? You ask me, we got the wrong guy here.
Do you even have evidence to support this? I'd like to know why you don't suspect incompetent.
Too easy.
Call it a gut feeling. I'm usually dead on the money with these sort of things.
Detective's intuition.
That's downright scientifically impossible. We need to base our investigation on solid proof and logic.
Don't think the chief would agree with that one. Back off, Poindexter! You looking for a fight? Okay, time out. No more fighting, guys. You're, like, seriously harshing my vibe. I'm having too much fun. But that little punk was the one who... Look, it's not like Techie said he full-on suspects incompetent or whatever. Am I right?
Precisely. I simply believe it's too early to confirm or deny that hypothesis. We can't rule out either conclusion yet. The culprit could have fled, but they could also still be inside the building.
How do I
Catbox.
know you're not the rat?
Oh, sorry about that. I might have gotten ahead of myself there. Again.
Workload Detective claps his hands interrupting the discussion, like an increasingly impatient teacher.
It appears we have a number of opinions. I'm going to the entrance hall to meet the chief. Let's investigate this individually after that.
Halt, Sir Workaholic. We may have many a detective assembled here already. Ought we not join forces and confront this case together?
I like this guy.
Perhaps, but even in this short amount of time, our conflicting opinions have already come to light.
Fair point.
Each of us seeks to tackle this case through a starkly different approach. Collaborating in these conditions would only work against us.
I concur. I'll pursue my investigation in my own way, calmly and scientifically.
What's with that glare? You got a bone to pick with me or something? I already apologized. At the end of the day, I'm human. I'm gonna get where I need to be by following my heart.
That alone ought to disqualify you from this line of work.
Shut up, nerd.
Like hell! It's all over once a detective forgets what it means to be human.
You gotta investigate with the heart.
God. Oh my god, just cool it already. I literally just asked you not to fly off the handle.
Downtown Detective does her best to intervene as Rowdy shouts at Techie. Doleful stands beside the three of them, flustered and directionless, as an average bottom would, as Armor and Workaholic continue their heated debate. Doesn't seem like an investigation is going to start anytime soon. Just like Workaholic Detective said, everyone's playing this and this by their own rules, so no one is taking the lead. Everyone? I want to suggest we all work together, but the words die in my throat. There's no way I could be so bold when I'm the prime suspect. I know that, and yet I feel like I need to say something. My fist clenches. Like me, each of the detectives here has their own talents and strengths. It's my incompetence that really drives home how amazing they are. Exactly why I need to speak up now. Now's the time for arguing, wouldn't you say? I chime in. Oh, hold on a second. let me say that again, but how it actually is. What the fuck is the goddamn... There we go. Now's the time for arguing, wouldn't you say? I chime in, but my voice comes out so softly that no one hears me. Together these detectives could solve any case, and yet here they are arguing. That angers me far more than being a suspect. I failed to save someone again. Even though senior detective was so close by. What's the point of being a detective if all I can do is sit around and watch these things happen? My self-loathing mounts as I listen to them bicker amongst each other. My position in this situation doesn't matter. What happens to me isn't as important as getting these detectives to work as a team. Everyone, please listen! Other detectives turn to face me. Naturally, they all look rather dubious. I faltered for a moment, but desperately push on. I know a lot of you suspect me. That's fine. There's a lot to suspect, and I understand that. But Can't you at least try to cooperate?
Cooperate, that's a tall order. Our personal modes of investigation are hardly compatible.
I'm always down for a collab, but you're kind of asking for the impossible right now. I mean, we couldn't even agree on whether or not you're the prime suspect.
That's why I want everyone to agree on what direction to take.
What direction to take?
That's right.
That's right.
Literally.
Shit.
Although I'm too tense to make a proper response, I force my voice out, trying to be bold as I give the detectives my suggestion. Please, proceed with your investigation under the assumption that I did it. If you start there, you'll be less likely to have any more arguments like this one, right?
Aw, dude, don't martyr yourself like this.
The detectives fall silent. Maybe telling them to suspect me was too brazen a move after all.
Is your head screwed on wrong or something?
Yes.
After all the effort we spent defending you, got the guts to be asked to be the suspect? Have you lost your goddamn marbles?
I beseech you not to give up, Sir Incompetent. What has become of your resolve?
I'm sorry, just the way he says that so
I'm
funny.
not giving up. It's not as if I want to be the main suspect here. But it'd be even worse if the investigation stalled about because of me. I'm staking my safety on your deductive reasoning. And with all the swell of my strength, my trembling hands balling into fists. I trust all of you far more than my own incompetence.
That's a line.
I know the truth will come out. I'm sure you'll prove I didn't do it. They suddenly take in my words. Not one of them speaks up. They all simply stare at me, incredulous. I guess my suggestion was overstepping my bounds. I've only made them all even more distrustful of me. But I don't regret it. I'd much rather have these outstanding detectives suspect me than continue arguing in vain.
Should I assume?
I'm assuming this is...
Yeah,
I guess.
You have like a 2 out of 6... You have a 1 in 3 chance of this being you, so I'll take those odds.
Fair enough. So you insist that because we're on the case, we'll end up proving you aren't the culprit? Such words make one feel blessed to be a detective. Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen?
I hear a cold, beautiful voice behind me. My breath catches as I turn around.
Hey!
Oh, the eyes aren't purple, I
Oh, no,
lied.
they're not. Oh, shit. Huh.
Oh, she has the same bang style as Saya,
She does have the
girl
same
who
bang.
died.
She does have the same bang style, though.
Mm-hmm.
Her
I
hair
do
turned
have
white
more.
from
I'm not
diving
sure.
Bring him back.
I'm not sure if it's purple or not. It might be like light lavender. It's hard
Why
to
does her
know.
arm look significantly tanner than her face?
Also, is
I
she
think
just... Oh, no,
she's
she's
wearing
not...
gloves.
She's not missing an arm.
It's a
One of
glove.
them's behind her fucking back.
A glove.
Yeah, I was gonna say glove.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Just
glove.
with the
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
Could be long gloves, yeah.
And just how should we respond when a suspect gives a statement like that? Continue to argue, never to find any common ground, or take action swiftly and promptly? I eagerly await your answer.
Her hair is as white as snow. Her gleaming eyes, purple.
Purple.
Nani?
Like, wow! Like, wow!
We
Ooh.
are on the ball.
Like hydrangeas.
Okay, hold on. Am I colorblind? Hold the fuck.
No,
it looks
in
great,
this
dude.
specific piece of art, in this
No.
piece of art, it looks off.
Yeah, they
In
look
the
like
official art,
gray or silver.
Mhm.
Yeah, in the official art, they are more purple.
Schneevich.
These are the purplest eyes I've ever seen. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Her skin's smooth with features like a
purple
porcelain
to me.
doll. At our backs stands a far from ordinary girl. The others are visibly thrown off by her arrival. Feel that she stands out even among these prominent detectives.
Chief, why are you here? I specified that I would meet you at the entrance when you arrived.
Check your rank. Do you truly
What?
believe that?
Like, why is she? So why is she the chief if she's number 2? Who's number 1?
Probably senior, but he's dead now, so
Or
now
number
what?
Senior is
two.
senior is unranked.
I thought she was number 1.
Oh yeah, she's
No.
number 1. Oh no,
Oh,
senior?
never
No,
mind.
she's number 2.
Yeah, she's number 2.
No, she's
Senior's
number 2.
1. Yeah.
No, senior is unranked.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, I'm sure we'll find
this.
out otherwise.
We'll find out.
I bet incompetent is secretly number 1 or something.
No, he's 100.
Yeah, he's 100.
Secretly number 1.
Secretly to him as well.
Yeah, only she knows.
It's a secret to everyone, except for him.
She refuses to call herself number 1 because she knows he's better than her or some shit.
In the super timeline, he figured out the bestest mysteries ever.
Alright.
Do you truly believe I'd wait idly by while my dear friend senior detective has been murdered? Out of the question. I left our colleagues to themselves and went ahead on my own.
God, that's so hard to tell that they're purple.
I can see it a little bit now, but like barely.
It's a very pale purple.
The girl workaholic called the chief speaks without a hint of timidity. Footsteps sound out from the passageway. Evidently, the detectives followed her, a lead heading into the room. We never told you about this basement, did we? Figured it'd be better that way, so no one would get hurt inside the tunnel.
I noticed an echo beneath my feet upon entering, so I placed my ear to the floor. And what should I hear but your voices? Goddamn, gonna give Erica a run for her fucking money.
Woo! Eat it, Erica!
And from there, I deduced the general layout and discovered a secret path that had been left open. Hardly a mystery, really.
The chief shares her amazing feats as though they were simply a matter of course. This line of reasoning is possible for Furuto, Erica. We worked so hard to find this underground room, yet she found it by merely touching the floor. No wonder the others look shocked.
Tee?
Tee. Huh? I startle at the girl gives me a smile. Compared to how she treats the others, her gaze on me feels more personal.
Really?
I wonder why.
No, I'm probably mistaken. I must be.
What?
Definitely.
No.
So you're the newcomer I've been hearing about. I'm an ideal detective. I lead the team working to stop the quartering duke.
Akane Kurashiki-ass character.
God damn it. Your spirit appeal earlier was admirable. I'm expecting much of you, so keep at it. And never hesitate to share your thoughts.
I apologize for losing my composure just now. Once the other detectives arrive, I'll brief you all on the situation and give my
you
impression.
know this man is seething on the inside. Thank you, workaholic. That would be much appreciated. But first, allow me to clear up a certain misconception you all seem to be laboring under. Each and every member of the Quartering Duke investigation is a suspect. You, I, or any of us have the means to carry out this murder.
Boah. Noir?
What?
What? Commotion erupts as the detectives speak over each other.
Rabble.
Rabble.
What do you mean?
Which of course is unsurprising. Other than me, no one else was in the manor at the time senior detective died. On top of that, this murder required enough time for a full dismemberment. In what possible way could he have been killed?
So where did the knife come into play?
That's an even better question.
That's a knife.
That's no knife. Ideal detective has only just arrived here, but her hydrangea-like eyes glimmer like gems, as if they picked up on something.
I thought they glimmered like hydrangeas.
The outline of the case is clear. All that remains is for us to pool our efforts and ascertain the reality of the situation. Next time. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe it's time we make our reprisal.
Reprisal?
Soon enough, the other detectives joining us at the scene.
Look at this lineup!
I'm going to assume this is
Mystic?
the pouty one? Hold on a second.
I think this is
No,
Mystic, no?
can't be
No,
Paul.
it's Mystic will say, God damn it.
Who's the one who breasted Boobily into the scene?
She's the cook.
Poor May.
Breasted boobily, it says.
You never heard that?
I think it is Mystic, yeah.
Okay.
I guess I would.
God damn it, Senior. To think your time would come so soon. Just how
Yeah,
many times
you're
the
on-
Lord expect us to endure? I vow that I, Mr. Detective, shall send the culprit straight to hell. Mark
This
my
level
words.
of reasoning is enough for Boruto B.
The quartering, mark my words, quartering Duke. The flames below burn hot.
That's all three of mine.
Rindy.
Rindy.
Cold one.
But you weren't even close to Senior Detective.
The girl said, coldly stating the facts. You mustn't mock our bond, Bookie. Members of the DA are spiritually bound. Soulmates. The extent of our interactions is irrelevant.
I ship it.
She seems like a great detective. detective.
Oh, I think
Put the
she
spiritual
actually-
intimacy
wait,
aside, I concur. The quartering Duke must pay.
I think she's I think Rindy,
I
you're
think-
also
yeah, I-
supposed to say
I
the
think
narration
she's
for
the
that.
one saying the narration because she's the
Oh.
girl.
Maybe. The girl said, "Feels checking at the thought of her adversary."
Oh.
I love it.
A middle-aged man in an anachronistic Western garment and a black-haired girl clutching a hardcover book approach the body, chattering. The man has the mane of a seasoned veteran. The girl, on the other hand, mine, looks around 10. Yet doesn't flinch the sight of a
Mean.
corpse. Mean. Both of them must be experienced detectives.
I, Bush Detective, ranked 5 in the DA, have already arrived at the cracks of this mystery.
The woman, dressed so elegantly that she looks out of place, jabs a finger at me.
Recall that he's the commoner found unconscious, incompetent detective. The hastily hidden knife on the second floor proves he was unable to escape.
Okay, who did we agree was Boobs McGee?
Also me.
Yeah, Rindy and Rindy.
Oh dear me, there I go again, demonstrating my incredible acumen. Around this time, he took the reins as chief instead.
Gonna assume it's the last one in your scene.
What does she sound like? A fuckhead voice.
She is the book.
Hold on a moment.
Oh, the
Didn't
other one.
didn't I deal reject that theory just now? I beg your pardon? Her theory is the one that's utter hogwash. I'm sure. Isn't that right, gourmet detective? Oh, wait, what? But then who was the question marks?
That was Gourmet
Gourmet.
Detective.
Yeah.
Oh, it was gourmet, okay.
She did not identify her as gourmet detective until then.
The woman called Pause Detective speaks to someone in a motorcycle suit. He smiles as if she's enjoying herself.
I wonder about that. Anyway, I don't smell a renegade lingering around. Where did he go? Snack break?
Upon arriving, he decided to abstain, stating that this case didn't interest him. I imagine you'll find him napping on the first floor living room.
Damn, B.
Damn it!
You don't
God!
get your scrubs,
God!
do you?
Fucking
Sorry,
damn it!
Sorry, B.
Napping? But a senior detective? Legend in our field has been killed? Why, I never. Just what is that man thinking?
Renegade's non-conforming nature is his strong suit.
Confirm non-conforming.
I'm sure he'll put his talents to use later on, so let's leave him be for now. God damn it.
Lenient leadership like this is why high-ranking agents defy orders. Classified detective and detective gentlemen didn't even deign to show up.
Oh, there's two.
Oh, boy.
Hey, wait
Oh
a
wow,
minute.
imagine
Wait,
that.
That would
So
make
telling there's
16
16.
That would make 16 people.
At the honor of the Pinkerton name, I swear that I will wrest the title of chief from you.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
that's
she's a
right, she's
Pinkerton.
fucking Pinkerton.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh, wow.
Rich, did someone say rich person? I'll kill him!
Ideal detective doesn't flinch. It merely smiles at Posh Detective's belligerence. Should we stop for now? It is past midnight.
Yeah, I think that was a good stopping point.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, like, okay, admittedly, this is...
Ideal Detective was the real enemy the whole time because she hates unions and
Gosh.
therefore wanted to destroy the Detective Alliance.
Posh detective when she sees someone open an unreleased pack of Magic the Gathering cards.
Unbelievable.
she just has a brick on hand. Okay.
You know,
Also,
this is so
mind if
fun.
I-
It's fun. I don't care.
Fine,
The
it's
posh
good.
detective on
I
her way
like
to
it.
lobby politicians after people work to get basic human rights.
Though I will admit there's something quite nice about having characters that are all competent, just constantly arguing with each other. Wait, what'd you say, B? Your shit cut out super hard.
I just said, "Oops, all detectives."
Oops, no one wants to work together.
Mind if I go ahead and take a
too
crack
many
at what
cooks.
exactly happened to the senior detective?
Sure.
Exploded.
No.
There's blood on the ceiling.
Hold on, go to the
Yeah.
rock.
I think someone grabbed him and threw him
Yeah,
through
so
the
can we look at the
wires,
roster
and he
action?
just gibbed
think
on
that-
the wires.
I
like
think
TNT.
Dante showed up and did an air combo.
Wait, go back to the fucking eye
What?
patch. Do what he looks like?
Who?
He looks like Viral.
He looks like
Viral
Shulk.
A little bit.
A bit like
kinda,
Viral, yeah.
Oh my god, they
I
have their
think-
own stats.
I think he was shot with the bullet that killed JFK.
Oh, that's that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, because like this is
Movement.
actually a video game.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It has like strategy, like set up or something.
I forgot.
I mean, you can move 8 squares at once.
If I could,
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
thank you. The way it seems to go, I am pretty sure that one of the detectives would have already had to have done it. And it had to have been with the wires because there's no way they would have actually gotten that. Accident or not, it would have actually caused enough arterial spray to hit the ceiling and the floor.
Really quickly, she has solved 1,098 cases.
Oh wow.
Let's see.
204, 203. Girl, get out of here.
Yeah, how many did you solve?
Mystic solved 92. The case of the lycanthrope. Hobbies: amulets, mainly dolls, reading, special skills in cult investigation. 78. Workaholic has solved 67. Doleful has solved 123.
I personally think that might.
7. How how is main character incompetent? The fucking guy's a workaholic apparently, can't stop working and he only solved
Doesn't he
67.
work like a full-time office job?
Yeah.
He's a full-time office worker who does the detective thing on the side.
Techie,
It said right there.
Techie's case solved the 38. The case of the VR killer. I'm actually curious. Hold on a second. Yeah, the guy in the wheelchair and the bookworm girl have the most have the least movement.
To be fair, the bookie is like 10.
Oh, she's apparently 11. Read more than
11.
10,000 books.
Good lord.
Mm-hmm. See, Downtown has only solved 31. Wow. Armor has solved 19 cases.
19.
The case of the
One of the-
cyborg.
Yeah, I think that counts for more than one.
Yeah.
He's got the high. No, she's got the highest move. But her inference skill is shit.
Wait, why do you have stats? You're dead.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, one there.
Damn. All right.
Unless
Unfortunately, we aren't gonna get Renegade right now.
I'm so sad.
Later.
Renegade.
I'm so sad. You don't even know.
But yeah, like this is fun. I'm having a good
Sorry.
time. Unlike well, here's the thing. Like this is fun and is of quality, as opposed to what's the word I'm looking for?
Real?
No.
Or was it
What?
something
I'm
film?
thinking of no, not root film. I'm thinking of
Eurokill?
yeah, I'm thinking of Eurokill.
Mhm.
Your show was amazing though.
Yeah.
Was nuts right off the bat, though.
I mean, like
No, your kill had no stakes.
Yeah,
See, like-
no stakes.
see, like okay, like Eurokill is like a -8. This so far to me has been like an 8.
No, your show was great.
Oh,
Your game was
goodness.
11 out of 10.
A -11 out of 10.
I still, although I like this, I still stand by the fact that I think it would have been more interesting if it was about detectives investigating the killing game from the outside.
That's a pretty good premise, actually.
Fair enough. Okay.
Actually,
Yeah, no,
there's
we
a
should
thing.
probably.
Make it AC.
Let's end this shit now. Good news. We'll definitely be doing more of this. Look forward next Monday, because this Wednesday we'll be starting Rule of Rose.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
White Girl
White Girl
Wednesday.
Wednesday keeps going.
We thought we were doing White Girl Monday.
I
No,
did.
it's
I
the-
got it mixed up.
Jeez. You can
Oh,
answer me
that
nicely,
reminds
you
me.
know.
Well, like
Wednesday
right
is the
after
Gorilla
then
Collective. Who here's
after
gonna be
about
watching
it,
that?
You posted it, so I was like, wait.
Wait, the what? The what? Huh?
Everybody point and laugh at me.
Shut up.
No.
Summer
What'd you
Game
say,
Fest?
Con? Oh yeah, when's that
Wednesday is
starting?
the Wednesday, because
Yeah.
the Gorilla Collective Gaming Showcase is Wednesday.
I mean, also the Devolver thing is on Wednesday as well.
Oh
Tragically, the
yeah.
mysterious counting timer for Grasshopper Manufacturer actually moved past the Devolver Day, so I guess they're doing it a different day.
Grasshopper's coming out with a new one too.
Yep. Also, the guy who did the remaster for Killer 7
Oh, Belladonna?
tweeted about it, so I'm
Hmm?
really hoping that means they're remastering Flower, Sun, and Rain.
No, my
No,
goodness.
it's Killer
No,
7.
no,
It's Killer 7 Definitive Edition that adds back the Flower, Sun, and Rain references. Oh, what's that? The game it's referencing is still not on modern platforms? Fuck you.
No, there's gonna be a new game, and
Well,
it
we're
also
lying
and
right
it relies on
now.
knowledge from
Go ahead
5
and
other games that
Google
never
it.
came out actually.
Yo, what if? Yo, wait, actually, if they do Moonlight Syndrome, that'd be so sick.
Yeah, it's
No,
because
they're gonna be the fucking sequel to Moonlight Syndrome.
There's no way
yeah,
they're
that's
gonna.
Silver. They did no, Rindy. They did the sequel to Moonlight Syndrome. It's called Silver Case.
They're
What do you
gonna
think?
make it a sequel.
It's actually called Fatal Frame 4.
No, wait a
Just
minute, no,
because
no,
he
it's the,
retweeted doesn't mean he's
it's the
gonna do
last
it.
bit in Morishima's storyline, remember? That was the fucking Moonlight Syndrome sequel.
Man, remember how
Patience.
that guy came back from America and he just did a demon that showed up for one scene and then never mentioned again? Just on bus.
Okay, hold on a second. We're
No,
gonna-
I think.
Before we get carried away, I'm ending the stream now. Good night, everybody.
Good
Alright.
night.
Bye.
Right.
Blah.